this is Grant with Grant's Rock Warehouse, and tonight is another Friday night chat. Do we have a topic? Well, no, not really, but if you want to share anything new that you've bought, we will talk about it. Who's going to show up? I have no idea, but let's get started here after I plug a few things. All right, thanks for coming, and here we go. Todd Evans and Reed Little and I discussed our two favorite Cure tracks off of the first 4 albums. This episode was recorded today, and I should have this online soon. Coming soon on the Contrarians, Martin, Marco, Todd, and I took a look at the Doors. This is what I consider the Contrarians' quote-unquote extreme episode. I'm not sure when this will be released, but please keep your eyes peeled for this upcoming episode on the Contrarians. Check out our panel discussion on Obscure Albums number 4. This was just live streamed last night, and the panel had a blast. I thought this was going to be the last episode in the series, but the panel voted, and the series will continue. Stay tuned for more episodes coming in August, but in the meantime, check out the latest episode in Obscure Albums. Ryan, Davey, Rand, and I looked at the Beach Boys' 1970 album Sunflower. This was also streamed last night, and what a blast. I want to thank everyone who showed up in the chat. We have more Beach Boys content to come. In fact, I think next month we are going to look at the Beach Boys album Carl and the Passions, so stay tuned. Todd Evans and I will be looking at the acclaimed Georgia band Guadalcanal Diary. We will be having a general discussion and having a look at their 4 Elektra releases. This will be coming up in August, so stay tuned for that. I told you it was going to come out of that, and it would just be a jarring. See, no clean outro, but whatever, it's all good. Yeah. So, gentlemen, I've got Pontus, I've got Byron. BM Bolt here is tonight. If anybody, that's his stage name.
Nice to meet you again.
Yes. How is everybody doing?
Lovely. Good. Fine.
Now, this is just like a general chat. Who knows who's going to show up? People like pop in and out. I know Todd Evans will be on later. We're just, it's just a kind of a free for all where we just talk music and, just kind of go with it. So who wants to start out? I mean, I know.
I still got a stack of stuff that I bought recently that.
We'll share because I figured a loose topic would be, and we kind of already talked about it, it would just be things that we've gotten recently.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't like to share that info with the class? So, and like I said, if there's anybody online, I see we have some viewers. If you want to make a comment or if you want to come on, I can place the link in the chat below Pontus. Pontus is at the bottom, so I can put it below him. But if you want to come on and shoot the shit, feel free. While Byron is just getting his stuff together, he's going to talk about it. I'm going to put the link up, so hold tight, everybody. So Byron, why don't you come on, share some stuff?
Well, so that's what I figure. I share some things, and then the discussion just takes off.
That's right. Yeah, that's what it did. The chat 2 weeks ago, Pontus went for like 3 hours. We just have to have somebody start it off,
So a little background, Pontus. I was at a garage sale. I don't know. It's been like a month and a half, 2 months now, and they were selling all these CDs for $1. And I went over some of them last time, but here's a couple more. I got 2 Radioheads.
Tom Fox, you need the link. You need to come on. I'm gonna post the link. Get your butt on here.
So
go ahead, sorry, Byron.
So I got these. These were 25 cents each. I never really listened to much Radiohead in my life, but I think this Benz is pretty good. And I'm just the Amnesiac. I'm not sure about yet.
I've heard the Benz, and it's beautiful.
Well,
and the other one is more experimental.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amnesiac, is that what it's called? I don't know.
Yes, that's the one that came out after Kid A.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, I thought I enjoyed the Benz a little more so far than the Amnesiac, but maybe it'll grow on me then. I got 3 Medeski, Martin, and Woods. Have you ever listened to them?
They are great. They're just great.
Well, it's not doing a lot for me yet, though. I don't know. It's very experimental jazz, as I would describe it. Do you agree, or?
Yeah, it's like a organ trio thing.
Yeah.
Where that was very much during the 90s and the early 2000s. We had EST here, Esbjörn Svensson's trio, which was piano, bass, and drums. And they experimented a lot and got very famous in Europe, at least. Okay. Sadly, Esbjörn Svensson is not with us anymore, but they were in the same ilk. They were, like a jam band sort of thing. They made a few records with John Schofield. He made an album with them called Agugo, which is something like 94, I think, which is highly regarded. And I like them. I like them a lot. Modesty Martin Wood. Actually, I saw John Schofield and John Medeski, play at Stockholm Jazz Club called Fasching, which is the big one. That's where I saw Bill Bruford in 2007. And they were just guitar and piano, and they just blew. They had a good time.
Go ahead, Pontus. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. And then John Schofield was here last week, I think, but I couldn't see him. I couldn't catch him. But he's very good, and so is those. What else do you got?
Okay, this one might get Grant's attention.
Oh, goodness. Hey, first of all, before you go, Byron, I want to welcome Tom Fox.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, you sound great.
Yes,
awesome.
And I like your whole background there. You look good.
That's my new sound lounge.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I want to welcome Tom Fox to the chat. He's new to the whole. I've known Tom since
YouTube
1991 forever. He's new to the YouTube thing, but his musical knowledge is vast. Yes, it is.
It's second to yours though, Grant.
He'll fit right in here with us.
I appreciate the invite.
Well, I'm just saying he knows his stuff and he can talk the talk and walk the walk.
Well,
so anyway,
I don't want to interrupt the discussion, but I just want to comment that Radiohead, the band, that was the album I think that I got into Radiohead. Fake Plastic Trees on that album. Absolutely, that's a great song. Anyway,
I knew that song through Marillion covered it. That's how I had.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
cool.
They covered it on I don't know, like a B-side or something. But,
well, there you go. That's what this is about. It's all about just talking music here. That's all I want to do. I don't have an outlet.
Right.
Most people here, when we get on the Contrarians or we get on whatever, we don't. It's just about getting together and talking music, and hopefully we can get turned on to something new. That's all this is about. But anyway, Tom, welcome. I appreciate you coming on. Byron, I'm gonna keep going. What else do you have to share with the class?
So that was 25 cents as well. And I'll be honest, I loved Kiss in junior high. And then this was the last Kiss album I ever bought. Dynasty, I wasn't that into it. And then I never went back. I still like the old stuff, but I've not listened to anything after, Dynasty, really. And this is all I own now is this. I just bought it. So
that's all you've got?
That's all I got now.
Well, no offense. I don't want this to turn into a Kiss talk.
No,
even though it could. And we all like to talk Kiss. I know Tom
I don't want to talk
loves to talk Kiss. But you don't like, I'm just curious, but is there something, what about Dynasty you didn't enjoy? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I guess I just, I think it was kind of a lot of people I knew were starting to say, oh, Kiss is for little kids. And I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. And maybe I just kind of bought into that. But I don't know. I just never went back. I started listening to everything else, and but recently I've been going back and listening to some of the old stuff, and I like it,
right.
But
what I like about that double platinum album is I'm not a huge fan of the first 3 albums. I know.
Oh my God!
First
No.
album
I
on
think
there.
"Hotter Than Hell" is probably the best Kiss
The
album.
production on that is.
I love
Yeah, I know,
struggle
but
with that.
there's something
Parasite
about the
though
production.
is one of their best
we
songs.
go.
But
Mm.
the 3 albums after that, was it like Love Gun, Rock and Roll Over, Destroyer? To me, that's kind of the holy, trinity of Kiss. But what's great about the double platinum album is because those albums don't do a whole lot for me. It kind of pulls the singles off all those, those first 3. So I like it.
Well, the thing about double platinum too is that Sean Delaney went back and they remixed a lot of them, so they have like unique mixes.
That's true.
So a double platinum. Oh, there's a comment. Star Peters. Star, how are you? Nice to see you. I'm sure you have a lot to add for Kiss. We love Star on this channel.
I should have never showed that CD.
She always has something to say. No, I just want to say, in case you don't know Star Peters, but Star has been on the Kiss cruise. I have no idea. I'm sure, Star, you could tell us, but I'm sure probably 10 times. She's probably been on all of them. But she's like the biggest Kiss fan.
Yeah.
But
we should move on.
I know, but I'm just saying, we can talk about whatever. That's what's so great about this.
We talked about Kiss last time I was on there. The last Friday night chat, yeah.
Well, it always comes back to Kiss or Cheap
Trick, right?
Or if John Clauser were here, it'd come back to Wasp.
Yeah.
The only thing I want to add about double platinum is that they had those unique mixes from Sean Delaney. And so you've got different versions of it. So I think it's like essential. Like if you're a Kiss fan, I think you've got to have double platinum if you like that. Tom, would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and I agree. Dynasty was like kind of where I was kind of on the fence with it. And then, in high school, Animalize, Asylum, but I've gone back and listened to those. I can't listen to those. They just don't
the
do anything
80s
for
stuff.
me. Yeah.
No, I don't care about that stuff.
My favorite Kiss album nowadays is Creatures.
Go ahead. What is it?
Creatures.
Oh, Creatures of the Night?
Creatures of the Night.
I don't know that I've ever heard that one.
Well, the thing about Creatures, I think the last real Star, and I need you to jump in if you have any ideas on this. Creatures, even though it was a Kiss album, it doesn't sound like Kiss. When I think of Kiss, I think Ace Frehley. I think the swing of Peter Criss, Ace Frehley's guitar part. And I've always said in these conversations that I always think that Ace Frehley really is the sound of Kiss, because without Ace Frehley, they never really sounded the same.
He
and
definitely
I think
did one of the best solo albums.
Of course.
Frehley's was the best solo album.
Yeah, clearly. Because he did his own thing. He succeeded because he had Eddie Kramer there, and he had, he did his thing and succeeded.
I get that. Yeah.
But I love Creatures because of the songs, because I like the songs a lot.
What drives me
and stuff.
Well, I think War Machine's good. Thank God for Bryan Adams on that. You knew that, Tom, that Bryan Adams co-wrote.
No clue. That was a new one to me.
Mm-hmm. He
I'm
did
gonna have to check it out.
Pontus, what did he do? Bryan Adams co-wrote War Machine and something else on that record.
Oh, I have to look it up because I don't know what that could be.
I can't remember.
If it wasn't the ballad. Was it the ballad?
Was it Lonely Nights, the one that Uriah Heep covered?
I don't know.
I'm changing the subject.
No, you're okay. It's fine.
Good.
Let's start to Uriah.
We're just going crazy on this. It doesn't matter. We've got no agenda.
I can look it up.
We'll look it up.
I
know there are 2 tracks. I mean, Bryan Adams co-wrote.
Yeah.
War Machine and something else, and it's the Bryan Adams that we're thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robin Ford was on that album.
Robin Ford played guitar on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it really doesn't sound like a Kiss album, though. That's what I'm trying to say. You've got that big.
I love the drum sound. I love the drum. I love the heavy, sort of really thick drum sound. I really, really like that.
I get it. I just can't get past it so much.
Maybe he likes it because it doesn't sound like Kiss.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, but
Maybe not.
no, Byron, that's fair. You could be told. I
don't know.
Could be right.
Well, it's definitely a return to form after the Elder and
But I like the Elder.
Yeah, I do too. But you know,
Don't get Grant going on the Elder.
Tom, what's your thought on the Elder?
I'm kind of on the fence about it. You're the one that got me to listen to it, and I listened to it over. It depends on my mood. That album, really, I struggle with it. Although oddly, the Gene stuff on it is interesting.
I think the Gene stuff is great.
Yeah, I guess that's what I mean. Yeah. I still struggle with it though.
Byron, do you have any thoughts on the Elder?
Probably
not. He gave up. He only has double platinum, so that's all that matters.
I should never show that CD because it's like I got nothing to add when it comes to Kiss.
You see the cover, Byron? Did you see the cover, the blue cover?
What we're talking about?
Are you talking about Creatures?
Yeah, it's got. I like the cover on that album. It's cool.
Yeah,
but Ace is on the cover and he's not on the album.
Well, Byron, show us something else you got in that.
Okay. Anything else? Johnny Marr, The Messenger. Actually, this is pretty good.
I saw him on that tour.
Cool.
I'm not a Smiths fan, but I think this is pretty good.
I had it on vinyl, but I sold it. Ooh. I know I'm not proud, but I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got that one
for early U2 at times, you know, the guitar sounds that he makes.
Yeah. Well, I love the whole Smiths stuff. I think the Smiths were brilliant.
I sold a bunch of Smiths albums about a month ago to some guy that I got at the Goodwill. I made a lot of money on.
You sold them to a guy at Goodwill?
No, I bought them at Goodwill for like 59 cents and then sold them online to some guy for, I don't know, $50 or something for the three of them, something like that.
Star says the Elder is an album Kiss fans either love or hate. With some people, there is no in between. Well, I will go on the fence to say that I absolutely love it.
Yeah. It has risen in stature
through
the years. Rock and Roll Hell was the one. Bryan Adams.
Rock and Roll Hell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're right. So good.
At least according to Wikipedia.
Well, I think that's right, if I remember. I mean, there was an Elder discussion we had on the Contrarians, but that was such a long time ago, like 3 months ago. I can't remember what was said. When we do all these shows, I just do it and then I kind of let it all go. It's weird. Byron, show us something else. What else you got?
How about Jack White Blunderbuss?
Wow, I've got that on vinyl. That's the one that
I like that.
That's the one you can play backwards, right?
I don't know. Well, it's a CD. You can't play it backwards.
You don't have that?
I don't have it. I've heard it. It's a good. Okay. I like the album.
Well, if you have vinyl, you can play it. It plays backwards, I think. You start it at the outer groove, and it'll.
What's it? What does it do when you play it backwards? Is it like all new songs or?
No, it's the same.
Oh, okay.
It's just a. I don't know.
Novelty.
Right.
And I think it's like colored vinyl or something else.
Yeah, I really like the first Racketeers album.
Yeah, I like the one that came a couple of years ago. I really like that too, with the green hand on it.
Mm-hmm.
They made a reunion.
I've never heard it.
Nice.
Well, if you like Jack White, if you like the White Stripes, you like Jack White, you like the Racketeers. Yeah.
I had never listened to really the White Stripes or Jack White. That when you're paying 25 cents for CDs, you just buy them.
Right.
Yeah, you know what's funny though?
It's just a way to try new music. You know.
The funny thing is that you're buying these CDs, but a lot of those things are very current, like the Jack White.
Yeah.
I would have thought that you would be finding a whole bunch of stuff from like the 80s or the 90s something, but this is like all it was weird. That's weird.
It was all new stuff. Well, the newest thing I found was maybe 5 or 6 years old, but still I don't know, it was crazy.
I don't know.
This was another 25-center. It's 2-disc. I didn't have it. I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
It's too bad the mastering on that is all jacked up.
Is it nearly as
Oh,
bad
it's
as
brick wall.
Californication?
I was going to say the
Californication's
Californication's
It's as
it is
horrible as
bad.
that.
Oh, it's
But Audio Fidelity did a version of it. Was it? No. There was a vinyl version of it that Steve Hoffman mastered. That he went back to the original master tapes before it was all brick wall. So if you can find the album, which is like I guess it's a 2 LP rec set. Hell, it might be 3.
that one's 2 or 3 at Stadium. I think there's a
It's-
box
He
set.
mastered it without brick walling it. So there's a lot of dynamic range. It's almost like a different record when you listen to it.
I've seen that in a box set on vinyl. That's probably what you're
That's
talking about.
it.
It's probably at least 3 discs.
Yeah, it's probably. I had it, but I sold it a long time ago. You know how you go through purges?
Yeah.
Well, I purged it. Not proud. I wish I would have still had it because I think that thing's probably worth a couple of bucks.
That's a funny thing. When I started out collecting records, I assumed that I would keep the most things out of it and just keep it growing. And that is true to a point, but it's more like ebb and flow with collecting, I think, because some things go and some things come and some things comes back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you feel about that, but I just feel it's a bit more like it's more dynamic when you collect things because you get tired of things and you just and then you realize, oh, I like that anyway, so I had to buy it back.
Well, I've done that many times, and I'm sure anyone who's bought things, you've purged it and you've bought it back, and then you might have purged it again, and then you bought it back again. I've gotten to that point in my life. The kids are grown up pretty much. They don't need me so much. If I get anything, I just put it in the archive. I don't sell anything anymore. Now I may go out and look through the bins and look for stuff that I could resell. Because you'll find stuff that you can turn over, but not so much anymore. But now anymore, I don't know. I don't really get rid of anything. And I hope my wife's not watching this.
Well, you know, remember, Grant, I had Mother Nature do a purge for me.
Yeah, Mother Nature did a purge for him.
Yeah, I had a flood in my house about 20-some years ago and just destroyed my entire vinyl collection. CDs all survived just fine, but and then I was so crushed by the whole thing. I think I lost, like, at that point in time, I had about 600 albums or something. I was just crushed by it. And I was like, I'm not buying physical media anymore. I was just, all digital and streaming. Yeah, well, that lasted about 12 years, and I'm back into it again. So
see, he can't help it.
Yeah.
Tom he's hooked. He can't help it. But it's so much fun. You can't help it.
Oh, of course.
Anybody on this? Oh, you had a Pontus? You had a flood?
Yeah, I had a flood last year.
Oh God!
And I had a few records in the cellar, and they all went because they all were water damaged and things like that.
Yep.
But they were in the cellar for one thing. I didn't want I had all my CD. I'm a CD guy, so that was the vinyls, and there were a few things I truly feel that I should have saved upstairs, but I can buy it back, I think.
I guess, yeah, you could always buy it back. I still have, now that I'm buying media and I've got my collection back up again, I have like post-traumatic stress syndrome, like house is gonna catch fire or something's gonna happen.
Keep it up high, keep it upstairs.
Well, I have fire on it, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
You have to live.
Yeah.
Well, I've told this story before, and Tom knows me for years. All the vinyl that I have, I bought in the 90s when everybody was getting rid of it. Yeah. When the CDs were the thing, people were just getting rid of stuff left and right. So all this stuff that I bought, I was dollar bin stuff, maybe $2.50. I pulled all these I don't know, Byron, were you there for the night I pulled out all the REM albums?
Yeah.
Okay. But all these REM albums that I bought for $2.50, people were going, are those original pressings? I'm going, well, yeah. They said, oh my God, that's a $50 record now. Like Monster, like Automatic for the People. I bought all those for like $2.50. Now they're $50 a piece for original REM pressings. I should just go through all my stuff and just start selling it. I guess maybe now's the time. I don't know.
Yeah, but you have
Sell
a
high.
retire plan.
What's that, Byron?
Sell high.
You know what I always say?
Buy low, sell high.
Buy low, sell high.
It's a good time to sell vinyl.
And the thing is, all these people, LP Tremors will be here. All right. Cool, Tyler. Nice. We'll see you shortly. That's why you find them in the bins for that price. You grab them. You do, Star. You're 100% right. But this is why I'm telling people, and I'm going to say it again because I keep repeating myself. There might be this whole vinyl resurgence, and everybody's getting all giddy about it. They're buying all this vinyl for $25, $30 a pop, sealed. You can go out and buy the damn CD for $3 used. I know it's not as cool and sparkly as the record, but when it comes down to it, I'm all about the music. It doesn't matter to me what the medium is so much. I'd rather get more music than, but all the cool kids are spinning vinyl again. And I keep telling everybody the next generation that comes up is going to go, oh my God, I found this. Oh my God, look at this. It's a CD. Oh my God, it actually plays music. I mean, we were playing things off the turntable. This will come around. And
It's already starting. It's already starting.
I think physical media.
There's Armando.
I agree.
Armando, how are you?
Nice doing good. How are you doing?
Good.
Hi.
We're just hanging out,
nice
rapping music.
Good to meet you too.
What's an 8-track?
Armando.
Star, did I say 8-track? Maybe I did. But anyway, Armando, we're just talking medium right now. Media.
Mm-hmm.
I bought this on Armando's recommendation one night.
Really?
Yes,
okay.
I saw you recommend that, so I went out and bought it.
That's cool.
Good.
Yeah, I'm late to the game with UFO. So
I've got all that UFO stuff on CD when they redid it, like what? Early 2000s or something, the remasters, the Chrysalis remasters. I've got all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's probably cheaper to get it in the box set now.
Yeah.
They're doing all those little box sets all the time. They've been doing those for 10 years. Yeah. So you can get like 5 CDs. The packaging isn't all that great. But you can get I got
the UFO one for like $47.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. This was
Byron, show that again.
35 US on Amazon, and it's 10 albums. So,
and that's like their whole catalog up to a certain point. Right?
Yeah, it's everything from Phenomena to Misdemeanor. So,
yeah, I think it's from the third album forward. Like, it's according to Pete Pardo, it's the cream of the crop of the albums. So
they were good when Schenker came back too, pretty much. But yeah, that's great stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of bonus tracks too.
Oh, I've got quite a bit since then too. Yeah, they have the bonus tracks on that. Yeah.
And the 91 album is reissued. High Stakes and Low
Dangerous Man. High Stakes and Dangerous Men. It's got
that's been reissued just now.
Lawrence Archer plays guitar on that. He was in Grand Slam with Phil Lynott and somebody else before that. I don't remember who.
Yeah.
I only go up to UFO to a certain degree. I think, what album what was the last one I got? What was the one with the girl with the gun?
Misdemeanor.
That's the last one I've got.
That's the last one on that box.
And I don't think that's all that great of a record, but whatever. I've got that, though.
It's very 80s.
It sounds very 80s. Yeah, well, can't have everything.
Atomic Tim.
Not every album is going to be a home run, right? For people. I mean,
well, not every album any artist does is going to be a home run.
Exactly.
You know,
right?
You know, what did John Lennon say? You're only 25 forever. They always said that John Lennon's best period was like when, 1965 or something. And he said, well, you only can do it once, you know. But, everybody bitches about UFO after Michael Schenker left, but they put out plenty of good records after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Free Chapman album.
There's a Strangers in the Night box set of the live album. It's like 8 CDs of the tour,
right?
But it's the same track listing on every disc, right? So it's like, how many versions do you need to hear of the same songs? If it was a variation,
you need to hear everything.
Well, those hardcore UFO fans need that.
Well, I mean, I think if it was me with Queen, I'd probably do the same thing for like the 70s output and live stuff. But even I would get a little bit bored of that at some point,
I don't know. Queen's that's a different topic. I would put I would rank Queen a little bit higher than UFO. I mean, everything, all the Queen stuff up until, all right. So my whole philosophy on Queen, this could be another show.
Here we go.
All the cracks. Tom, you can back me up. I don't know.
I know what album you're going to say.
Okay. We've talked about this before. Queen was great to a certain point. All the cracks started to form on The Game. Even though The Game was a great record, all the masses loved it. It was a big seller, but that's where the cracks started to form.
Yeah.
Because on The Game, they pretty much abandoned everything that came before, other than, there's some track, Dragon Attack. That's pretty traditional. That's like We Will Rock You Part 2. There are some tracks, but
I think
Crazy Little Thing Called Love. I like it. Don't get me wrong, but
well,
Don't Try Suicide.
I mean, that's okay, but that to me that seems like filler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking to a Queen fanatic here.
Okay, this is great. This is what's fun.
Like, I mean, I have every album in triplicate. I think even more. I think with The Game, they were trying to do more sparse arrangements, more very simple instrumentation. Yes, the harmonies were there. Another one, Bites the Dust, was like almost like a one-off R&B shot.
Right.
That they got lucky with. It was a 3 million seller in terms of the single. I think, from my opinion, I think they started to splinter when they released Hot Space.
Oh yeah.
To me, I mean, as much as I love Queen, and I was telling Ryan about this, to me, Hot Space is a Freddie Mercury solo album that never was. Because if you take the entire first side, the 5 tracks on side 1, and you take Life is Real, Las Palabras de Amor, Calling on Girls, and Cool Cat on side 2, you have a Freddie Mercury solo album.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's my humble opinion.
Well, I would say that side 2 of Hot Space is stronger than side 1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more rocking. You've got some Brian May guitar on there. It's more, it's not
and
a dance
I think it
record.
worked better live. On Fire.
Queen at the Ball, Queen on Fire. Yeah, live at the Ball. Yeah.
I will say
those tracks works far better there.
I've got the Hot Space 2 CD set with the bonus tracks, and the live tracks that are on there from Hot Space are much better live than on the studio album.
Yeah, because they're more punched up, they're more beefier. There's
more Brian May.
Yeah, there's more.
It's the
traction to them.
But I remember when I was a kid, when The Game came out, because I was a big Queen fan when I was a kid. I loved it. when I heard the game, I went, and I was just a kid. I went, uh-oh, something's off. I just remember that distinctly. It's like when I heard Cheap Trick All Shook Up. When I first heard that, I went, oh, something's wrong.
Wow.
I don't know, but it really went wrong on Hot Space. And in
Yeah.
fact, as far as I'm concerned,
it derailed.
it derailed. Even though I think the Works has some great stuff on it, but the Works is basically Queen, where they become a parody of themselves, where Queen is trying to go back and sound like Queen. That's how I listen to the Works. I think there's some good stuff on there, but once you jump the shark, you can never regain it back. And I think that, and I just want to add one more thing. I think Hot Space is the last true Queen album, because on that record, they weren't trying to be something they weren't. They did a record that they really wanted to make. At least that's my perception. And it doesn't sound like a parody. It just sounds like, okay, we're just going to make a dance record, a funk record. That's how I look at it. But everything else that came after it seems like a parody of what they used to be. There you go.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Okay. I don't really agree, but
well, Pontus, you're European. You might have a different. People in Europe, they love all of it. They love it all.
Yeah, because they were big here. They were big.
You can't tell me It's a Kind of Magic is a good record. If you sit here and tell me that,
way better than Hot Space.
Wait a minute.
Works is better.
Way better than Hot Space.
Wait a
Works
minute.
is better than
I like It's a Kind of Magic.
If I can just put in my 4 cents here.
Go ahead.
Hot Space was where they splintered, because you had two different camps. You had Freddie Mercury and John Deacon wanting to do the R&B dance shit. Plus, you had Paul Prenter, Freddie Mercury's lover / manager, personal manager, pushing them into that direction. He hated Brian May. So, and then you had Brian May and Roger Taylor wanting to go into the rock arena, stay in the rock field.
Right.
With the Works in North America, they switched record companies. They left Elektra. They signed to Capitol. Capitol were excited to get a Queen album to promote. It started out okay, and then it fell to pieces. From A Kind of Magic to The Miracle, they were gone. They were lost. A Kind of Magic in North America it charted as high as 56 in the US. And also you had with the Works, you had I Want to Break Free being banned on MTV. I got to say, in Canada, they were never banned. They were played regularly. It's just that I can honestly say the 80s output from Queen as opposed to the 70s output lacked a lot. Like it didn't have the same appeal and the same musicianship that the 70s output did. Having said that, I think The Miracle was a combination of the game / Hot Space, because you had the R&B tracks like The Invisible Man and Party, and then you had the rock tracks like I Want to Break Free, I Want It All, and Was It All Worth It on the last track on the album. So it was like a combination of both. Where they got back on track was with Innuendo. And Innuendo went gold in Canada before it went gold anywhere else, apparently. So
in Europe, they were big all the way through, of course. And one thing that sort of marred the Works a bit was the fact that they went to South Africa and played, because that really gave them a bad rap. Yeah. And that's where Live Aid saved them, because they were really, really shut at that time. They toured, but they couldn't. They had a lot of to answer for there, and I think the the Live Aid thing really helped them along, and I think it brought them together. They had a new focus when they did A Kind of Magic. Also, they did it for the film, of course, Iron Eagle.
Highlander,
too.
yeah.
Highlander, yeah. One track I actually like from that album is the ballad, the Brian May ballad.
Who Wants to Live Forever?
It just escaped me, just because.
Who Wants to Live Forever? Yeah.
Who Wants to Live Forever? Which I think is fun. Which I just think is just fantastic. And Princess of the Universe. Did I say it right? Princess of the Universe. Yeah. I think that is a hidden gem on that album. And I do remember when specifically when I Want It All came out, because I bought the single the same week, because I thought that was a great song. It was more rock and roll again, and it was like. And then a friend of mine introduced me to Queen. So Queen 2 is still my favorite album by them.
Mine too, actually.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh,
I love the 1974 DVD of those shows.
The Roxy?
Rainbow.
The Rainbow.
The Rainbow. That's what I meant.
At the Rainbow, yeah.
Well, I hate to be so cliche, but I think I still think Night at the Opera is their masterpiece. But I have a soft spot for News of the World, because when I was a kid, man, I played that all the time.
Yeah.
I used to hear that album blasting out of my neighbor's window, like 2 doors down. Like in the summer, he would be blasting it, News of the World. And my favorite Queen album is Queen 2. I just as much as I love Night at the Opera, the Queen 2 is the one I go back to.
Well, I've got a friend of mine who saw Queen back in the day, and Tom will appreciate this. He saw them at the Agora before it was the Newport.
Right.
He saw Queen play the Agora on the Queen. I think it was Queen 2 tour.
I mean, that's a small venue.
A small venue.
Yeah.
And it seems like there are two different camps. There are people that like everything up until Night at the Opera, or maybe even a little bit later, but there are like hardcore people that think Queen 1, Queen 2, and, maybe Sheer Heart Attack, or,
I like
It's
every
Late
Queen
is
album.
a great song from is a great song from News of the World.
Yeah, I love It's Late. I love that whole record.
I do too.
Yeah.
News of the World has a more of you can tell they were in the studio playing together. It has a more of a studio sound.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like them in the room playing off one another, and just recording, just very basic recording and just touching it up here and there. But you can tell it's a group oriented album. Live off the floor is the term I'm looking for. It's very much live off the floor, that kind of a feel, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's what they wanted. They gave themselves 2 months to write and record it.
But Queen is such a band that they always have a good song on it, even a bad album. I mean, if you look at the soundtrack to Flash Gordon, it's not much of an album to have, but it still has the hero. And
I love that album, actually.
You do. All right.
I listen to it all the time. I listen to it.
I like everything they did, but I should take that. I like everything up till Hot Space. I can't stand that. Flash Gordon, it is what it is. It's a
soundtrack.
I actually saw Queen on the Game tour, so I'm showing my age a little bit, I guess. But and I liked everything from the works on. Well, the last album wasn't great, but that's what it is as well. But I just don't like Hot Space at all.
Byron, have you seen the Rock in what's it called? The 81 concert.
Rock in Rio?
No, that is 85.
You're talking about
is it
Buenos
like
Aires?
Paris or something?
I have no idea.
Buenos Aires?
They're in I think they're in Canada actually.
Oh, Queen Rock, Montreal.
Montreal.
Yeah. That
was a good show.
Concept from the game.
That was a
tour.
good show. They kicked ass in that show. It was just like I've got the DVD. I've got the actual soundtrack. I got the live album to it.
Yeah,
That's the game tour, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What they did was they did 2 concerts, November 23rd and 4th of 81, because they were going to film this. They were going to do this film specifically, and it was called We Will Rock You, and it was basically a greatest hits show. But it's the only show that you hear them do music from the Flash Gordon soundtrack.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem with the Flash Gordon soundtrack. I mean, it's a soundtrack.
I
like the song Flash. I don't have any issues with that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
It's got its moments.
I crank it when I play. It's like, the sound effects and all that, and the keyboards. I crank it up loud. Like I like it.
The funny thing is that the Orb, the British techno band, the Orb, took a bit out of Flash Gordon when they made their first album. Do you see that Earth thing? That is on there. And it's called Backside of the Moon, that track. It's on the first album. Adventures in... God, I forget things today. Adventures in Ultra... High Ultra or something like that is the title of the album. Great album.
I've never seen Pontus forget something. I'm kind of in shock.
Yeah.
Everybody can have an off day. I mean,
I know. Pontus, you're having an off day. I've never seen that, but okay, we're going with
off night.
So Star says, how do you feel about Queen continuing with first Paul Rogers and now Adam Lambert? Well, I know my thoughts on that. It's not really Queen. You don't have John Deacon on there. I mean, it's just a cash grab. That's all it is. I don't take any of that seriously. Now, someone else may. I don't know.
I saw him with Freddie, so I don't care about seeing him with Adam Lambert.
See, I never saw Freddie.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, when they formed, it was 1970 under the name Queen with Brian May, Roger Taylor, and Freddie Mercury. John Deacon joined in 71 when they were already named Queen. So to me, half of the band is still there. I mean, I saw them with that. I wasn't old enough to see them with Freddie Mercury. Because I'm from Toronto. The last time they played Toronto was at the Maple Leaf Gardens, August 3rd and 4th of 82. I was only 11 years old. I couldn't go to the show. So I've seen them with Adam Lambert 3 times.
Do you enjoy it?
It was fucking amazing.
Good.
Well, there you go.
How good it would be with Freddie.
There you go, Star. There's your answer.
The last time that we saw them was in 19. We drove to Vancouver from Edmonton. We drove 12 hours to Vancouver. We just packed up the van, my roommate and I. We packed up the van, and we just drove to Vancouver. And it was the first night of the tour. It was 2 hours and 40 minutes. No intermission. It was a rock show. It was really good. For those who weren't able to, what was the set like? It concentrated more on the 70s stuff, but they did songs like One Vision, and they attempted Machines, Back to Humans, which Lambert forgot the lyrics in the second verse.
Okay,
because it was the first night. It was energetic. They were good. I mean, for people who couldn't see Queen when Freddie was around, I mean, this isn't like a tribute band doing it. This is the actual members of the group. They wrote the music. They did the albums. Half of the group is still there.
I have to imagine Lambert's quite the performer.
He is. Yeah. He's very good. I get pissed off. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I think it's better than Paul Rogers then, because I remember I saw some clip with that, and it really didn't work for me. I think Lambert works better then.
Well, I mean, if they're doing like Bad Company songs, it might be all right.
Which they did.
Yeah.
Which they did. They did like a mix.
That wasn't just a Queen show. That was, like you say, Bad Company. Did they do anything? I don't remember on that live album. Any of the studio stuff from the studio album?
Yeah,
or
they
was
did.
it just
What was it called? The album, the World.
The Paul Rogers Queen album.
Yeah, the studio album.
The Cosmos Rocks.
Yeah.
If we only had a way to look this stuff up.
But
I know what you're talking about.
Live album or not? I thought the live album came first, didn't it?
No, the Cosmo Rocks album came out, and then they did Live in Ukraine with Paul Rogers. But I mean, I've got the Cosmos Rocks.
What do you think about
it's okay, but they were trying to go in a more of a blues direction with Paul Rogers, and even, I mean, Roger Taylor's quoted at one point as saying that album is as good as anything, or even better if anything they do with Freddie Mercury. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm sorry. I mean,
they gotta say that.
Yeah, he's just promoting.
But anyways,
he wouldn't say that
album
now.
is their best album.
He wouldn't say that now.
I got in trouble I got not banned on Facebook, but I got
Facebook jail
on Facebook. No. I've never been in Facebook jail, but somebody from the Queen Facebook page, a so-called fan, said that, he pitied Roger Taylor and Brian May for what they were doing. Like, they had no reason for doing what they were doing, that he pitied them. And I responded back and I said, who the fuck do you think you are, saying that you pitied them? Like,
hey Brian, how are you? Go ahead.
Like, they wrote the music. They're the ones that produced the albums and wrote the music. If they want to perform, what's it to you? Then don't go.
Don't go. Like
it's their band.
Right. It's their band.
Right.
So I got a warning from Facebook. You can't swear on Facebook. I'm like, okay. I just like, whatever.
Well, you almost got into Facebook jail. Almost.
I want to correct myself.
I feel bad
Tom and
David.
I have a buddy that is like permanently in Facebook jail about every couple of weeks.
Well, I feel bad for when David gets sort of locked up in Facebook jail because.
Well, Davey's always in Facebook jail.
I know. It's funny.
I've never been in Facebook jail.
No.
I know what to do and what not to do. So
the Orb album.
What's that?
The Orb album. I wish to correct
ahead.
myself. It is actually called The Orb Adventures Beyond the Ultra World. That is the correct title. So now I've corrected myself. I recommend it. If you like, if you're into electronica, that's very good.
I was gonna say they're electronica, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But they like Pink Floyd electronica,
Yeah, they did an album with David Gilmour.
Yeah.
I have it.
Cool. I
have it somewhere.
there.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that
Steve
stuff.
Hillage is on it.
Steve Hillage is on there too?
Steve Hillage is on this one, which I just talked about, the debut. And I have another album from '92 called You for Orb, which is just fantastic.
Star says Ann Wilson of Heart just released a beautiful version of Love of My Life.
Yeah, it's on her album. It's a duet with Vince Gill.
Yeah, I don't know. I may pass on that. Nothing against Ann Wilson, but
no.
Oh, it's Vince Gill you're against.
No, I love Vince's work. He's a fine guitar player. I don't know. I don't think we have to revisit Ann Wilson or Vince Gill.
Any country fans there?
Isn't Vince Gill like in the Eagles or
Depends.
something too?
Yeah,
he's a part of the Eagles.
I'll just
that's a
leave
money
it.
grab too.
I'm just gonna leave it there.
All right. Just leave it there.
I'll just leave it there.
I've seen the Eagles enough. I don't need to see them again. So.
I never saw them.
I haven't
I've seen
either.
them like 4 times. Yeah, it's like,
Once they got rid of what's his name, I was kind of pissed off about it. Don Felder. I mean, come on.
Aren't they like one of the most expensive tickets out there too? What I've heard, $200-300. What?
The most expensive ticket that I did was Star's going old snap. Sorry, Star. I mean, I'm a big fan of you, and I'm sorry, but I don't. Yeah, Ann Wilson. Vince Gill.
okay.
I went and saw Paul McCartney when he first went out on tour. What was it, 98 maybe? I think it was 98, and he was at the, what's the place, Tom, on campus?
You're talking about the Newport.
Big.
Mershon?
No, big. Across from, on Lane Avenue.
Oh, Schottenstein.
Schottenstein Center.
Yeah.
I saw Paul McCartney there, and I think that was 98, and I went by myself because the ticket prices were like unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ann's album is worth a listen. Brian, I'm sure it is. But anyway, I got ticket was $250, but I got right up front because I bought one ticket. I mean, I wasn't going to spend money for my wife to go. And Tom, I don't know where you were.
$250 up front nowadays is a
$1,000.
bargain. That's a bargain.
Yeah.
$1,000 now.
Yeah.
I mean, you pay $250 for nosebleeds.
Yeah, but that was 98, I think. So.
Right.
Yeah, I think the most. Well, I'm going to see Roger Waters on his latest tour. It's the Makeup tour from 2020, and we got wheelchair seats, and it's like $560 for 2 tickets.
Really?
Wheelchair seating for a wheelchair occupant and an escort is astronomical. It's ridiculous. The cheapest ones that we saw were for Queen and Lambert. They were like $120 a ticket.
Are the wheelchair seats
not
at least
too bad though?
Placed well? I mean, is it a good place?
They're placed well. They're on level 100, so you're just above the floors, right? And you're facing the stage. This stage for Roger Waters is going to be like in the round, so it's going to be like right in the middle of Rogers Place, like right in the middle of the arena.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter where you're sitting, you're going to be seeing everything, and
That's going
to be worth it. It's going to be.
That's definitely going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Well, it's my birthday gift for myself, so I'm hoping it's going to be worth it.
Armando, who's better to give a birthday gift to yourself than you? I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, pretty much. You get what you want, really.
If you get whatever you want.
Yeah.
I love it. That is so freaking good.
Yeah.
I'm curious. What was
ahead.
the latest purchase you did, Armando?
Armando, if you look on Facebook, Armando's like
my latest
buying stuff left and right.
Yeah, and I get confused because every day there's something new.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can lift this up. Well, my latest purchase is, oh my god, why do they do box sets where like packages where the package is like waxy, right? And you can't grab it with your fucking hands.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay.
Some graphic designer probably thought that was cool.
Okay, I'm going to do it the best I can. This is the Alan Parsons project. Complete Arista studio albums. You have 10 albums, that they did for Arista. Plus, you have an additional album called the Sicilian Defense.
Yeah.
Which is what they recorded for Arista to get out of the contract. But Arista rejected the album, and it's been in hiding unreleased or hiding ever since. But I got this about 3 weeks ago, and I paid like $60 for it.
All right.
So
I didn't even know that was out.
yeah, it came out about I think about 17 or 16. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get the Tales of Mystery and Imagination there as well?
Yeah, you got everything from Tales of Mystery and Imagination to let me see here.
Is that the Tales with Orson Welles or without?
Yeah.
Without.
I like them both.
You get from it starts from first album Tales, and the last one Gaudy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you get
classic
the
albums.
the bonus album. So yeah,
I love Gaudi.
I like it too.
I never
It's a
heard it.
very dark. If we're going to talk a dark horse album on the Contrarians, it's going to be Gaudi. No one likes that one.
I've never heard
Except
it.
you and me. You do. Good.
La Sagrada Familia is a great song.
Yeah.
See, I never heard it. So when I crack this sucker open, I'm gonna have fun with it. I'm just
Yeah, you're going to do. I love
Yeah.
Turn of a Friendly Card. I love that album.
I like iRobot, okay, but that's probably the most mainstream record.
It is.
I bought a used copy of the Mobile Fidelity CD.
Mhm.
I don't know, it wasn't very much money, like $5.99. I went, oh, I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, that's my latest purchase. What about you? What about you guys?
Would you,
That's how we started this episode.
Grant, would you
Go
do
ahead.
the honors?
Let me know.
I gotta load up some stuff though.
Yeah.
I mean,
We can talk.
While he's
I
loading
mean-
it up, we'll go over one more. This is
go
the
one more and I'll load.
California Guitar Trio with Tony Levin and Pat Mastilato. This is
That's
Okay.
a good one.
Tony Levin, the bassist Tony
That's a
Levin.
good
right.
one.
And Pat Mastilato from King Crimson, both of them. And
Oh,
it's really
yeah,
good.
love that.
They do a couple covers. They do a Heart of the Sunrise, and they do a little bit of
All right, we're
20th
loaded.
Century Schizoid Man. It's really good.
What's that called?
California Guitar Trio with Tony Levin and Pat Mastilato.
Oh, I'll definitely have to check that out. I saw Tony Levin play live in Florence for Peter Gabriel, the Us tour. He was amazing.
I went to a good bass clinic with him one time, and I missed the show because my car wouldn't start, so I couldn't go to it.
Oh no!
Once I went to the clinic, and the show was later that night, and I went home to get something to eat, and then my car would start, and I was stuck. I couldn't go to the show.
Well,
Okay.
last October or September, I think, I saw King Crimson playing Dayton, and Tony was playing bass.
Was he there?
Mhm.
I've never seen them.
Oh, it was top
I've
notch.
seen them so many times.
He's so cool.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it's good.
Never
Well, I'm
saw
gonna
it.
go
I mean-
I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we're doing that. Oh, go ahead. There's a comment. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say that the guitar trio, the California Guitar Trio, they were pupils of Robert Fripp
Right.
on Guitar Crafts.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, and I think even Trey Gunn was a pupil of him at first. That's why he ended up in Crimson.
Yeah, there's like those League of Robert Fripp in the League of something. It's crafty guitarists.
League
and
of
stuff.
Gentlemen.
Yeah,
I don't
and,
know what was it.
and a lot of these guys were, I think, in these crafty guitar classes or whatever he taught.
Mm.
So that's my
Yeah,
understanding.
I tried to listen to his Robert Fripp's Exposure album
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because I was thinking about buying the huge box set.
That's a big commitment.
I couldn't do
How
it.
much is that?
That's like $270.
Just get the album.
Oh,
I
that's in
bought
Kiss
that.
Destroyer box set territory.
I listened to the album. Let's put it this way. I tried to listen to the album, and there's going to be people on SOT that are going to shoot me, but I can't get into Robert Fripp solo. I can't. It's just
Some of us can.
The beautiful thing on this channel is we don't judge.
no. I mean, it's it's just I've tried. I can't justify spending that much money, like $275 for a box set with 32 discs. That for an artist that you really aren't into his music. I'm sorry.
Well, you can't
Sorry,
Armando,
Amanda,
you can't like
I
everything.
laughed with
No.
you, not against you.
There's only so many
Well,
hours in the
sorry?
day.
Sorry, I laughed, but I laughed with you, not against you.
Well, no, I know you can't like everything.
I'm one of those people who bought a box set. I'm a very committed Robert Fripp fan, and it's definitely for one of those. You have to be committed to buy that stuff because it's so. It takes time. It takes time to get, and it's very much like loops and stuff, and it's I haven't finished listening to it. I had it for a long time.
It could take you a few years to get through that.
But you can get the album for itself, and the album is worth having.
Yeah, it's good.
Some of it's
Peter
okay.
Hamill is on there.
Gabriel's on it.
Gabriel's on it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe it'll grow on me. I don't know. I've tried. I'll go back and listen to it again. I mean, music can hit you at different times in your life, right? I mean,
True.
That's true.
It's like me in neo-prog. I can't stand that.
Well,
what was that? Sorry?
I can't stand neo-prog. Or the Marillions and stuff. I can't get that. I tried. And failed.
I like Marillion. Marillion, you have to be in a certain mood to listen to it.
Yeah.
You have to sort of you really have to. It's not just feel good music. It's like you really have to sit there and immerse yourself in the lyrics and the music, and it's like, okay, I can this is all right. So I have their from Script of a Jester's Tear to my God, Clutching at Straws. The box sets. So
yeah, they look good.
They are good. They're packed full of a lot of stuff. So
yeah, if you're a fan, it's like the Jethro Tull box sets. You get your money's worth.
Oh yeah,
and the tall box sets are relatively inexpensive compared to a lot of those box sets that are out there.
Yeah,
There's a trick though.
If you can find them.
You have to.
Well, you got to buy them when they come out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly it. That's what I was going to say. When they come out, you have to get them. I just pre-ordered they're reissuing, and I don't even get this. Sorry, and I'll shut up after this. They're reissuing. They're reissuing the Thick as a Brick set. Yeah, and I found it for like $36.
What's the hardest one to come by? Most expensive one.
Passion Play, and Songs from the Wood.
War Child. Those are the two. Passion Play is going for like 300 and something.
Oh my!
War Child is like 360. And I've got rent to pay. I'm not, I've got a fridge to fill, so I'm not gonna.
I got this recently. This is the Steven Wilson mix on vinyl.
Okay.
I got it used for like $5, which was a good deal.
No, that's a great deal.
$5?
Yeah, used. It's mint too.
Oh Jesus! Okay,
that's great.
But it's it doesn't have the bonus tracks. But I heard that there's a second disc now they've released on vinyl with a bunch of the bonus tracks.
Yeah.
Well, someone didn't know how to price that.
Yeah.
So you got a great.
You don't ask questions; you just buy it.
You don't.
True. Very true.
I love War Child.
I just want to throw out on Brian Gavalier's channel, we're doing the U2 series where we're looking at all the U2 albums. Yeah. And I mentioned on that series that I gave up on U2 after Unforgettable Fire. Okay.
Really?
Wow.
I did because I thought.
Really?
I saw that episode.
I know you're probably going to be shocked by that. But I was such a War guy. And like the first two records in War, that raw U2, where, when I think U2, that's what I think. I think the War album. But Unforgettable Fire was okay, but it was a bit of a departure from what came before. So on this U2 series, I have not really listened to anything past Unforgettable Fire other than what would be singles.
You got all that vinyl from the 90s.
Yeah, right.
But I've got all that vinyl. Doesn't mean I listened to it. It means I saw it in the bin for $1 and bought it.
I'd buy it. Listen.
But But so
I hate that album.
Well, we looked at Pop. I didn't like that too much. But like this album, if you would have showed me this album a week ago, I couldn't tell you what it was. If you showed me this album cover a week ago, I could never have told you what it was.
Is that the Phone album?
Huh?
Is that the Phone album? The one that
This is the last album.
Yeah. The one
Songs of
Innocence
Experience.
or Experience.
Now this one, well, I'm not even going to say what I thought when I saw that, but only thought, is that Larry Mullen? I'm not sure.
With his son.
That's his son.
With his son, but I didn't
that's
know
his son.
that.
Right.
But we're getting ready to do the last two albums, and I must say, because of this U2 series, I have taken a totally new look at the band, and I feel bad that I really didn't follow them after Unforgettable Fire. But now I totally look at them in a totally different light. They're Octoon Baby and Zooropa are like masterpieces.
Yeah.
I don't Zooropa at all.
Just pick that one up today.
Okay, well, there you go, Tom.
My cheapy bin pile. Yeah.
To me,
But those Octoon Baby and that, and I want to add the other one. What's the one? Oh, crap. The one that came out before this.
How to dismantle a
How to dismantle
That
an atomic
one,
bomb. That's
and
a
the-
great. That's a good album.
And the one that came out before that. All You Can Leave Behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great
All That
album.
You Leave Behind.
Mhm.
Well, originally on the show, I gave it like a 3-star review. But then after a week, I went back and revisited it. And oh my God, that's a great record.
That's a good album.
Yeah, it's a great pop album.
Tyler, how are you? Welcome aboard. We're all hanging out. You're muted.
yeah, I tend to think that for me, Octung Baby was like their pinnacle.
Yes.
I think that record's
Yeah.
perfect.
yes.
Yeah, it's their best album.
But
Was
I
their
like-
pinnacle. Zooropa,
No,
I bought it at the
Oh,
time.
I like
I like
Zooropa
it.
too.
I don't like it.
That's grown on me. I did not like Zooropa when it came
Mm.
out. I did not like it at all.
Does
And
anybody
then
like
I-
Pop?
the guy sitting next to me in my architecture studio in school played over and over and over again. And probably about the 30th time, I'm like, hey, this album's not too bad.
I don't hear you.
So does anybody like Pop? I don't like that.
No.
No,
I like
I,
Pop.
to
I
me,
like
to
the
me,
single.
Pop was U2's version of Hot Space. Sorry.
There you go.
Wow,
like the
that's a
single
perfect
from that.
analogy.
Looking
That's
Yeah, that's
exactly
good.
what it is.
That you know, because when you guys did the show, I was watching it and I'm like, oh, it's such a masterpiece. I'm like, what the?
No
how they
one
talking
said
about-
Pop was a masterpiece.
No way.
Well, somebody,
Unless
I think it was
Davey did.
Ryan that said that it was, a fantastic album. And I'm like, and I went back and listened to it to give it a chance. I'm thinking like, what is it?
Davey might have said that because he's a big fanboy,
Yeah, and
So-
I-
but I don't
just
think
like-
anybody else liked it.
That's why I said, that's why I put in the comments. It's like, Pop was U2's version of Hot Space from Queen. I'm like, well, yeah, that kind of fits, right?
Well, what isn't Rattle and Hum's pretty controversial among fans,
Yeah, I
isn't
think
it?
that's.
It's
I
all right.
don't think that's any good either.
It's too long.
Yeah.
The live cuts on there are
Desire's
absolutely hideous. I think
I
I think
don't
any-
think the album's so bad.
opening it up with Helter Skelter.
No, that's not. Yeah, I guess it's just certain tracks on that album I like. Like I like the chorus.
I think they-
go ahead.
I think they should have done a studio album and, have them separated, like a whole
Yeah.
studio album, and then have the live tracks as a live album. It's the mix that doesn't work.
The
Yeah,
mix
that's
does not
a good.
work.
That's valid. That's true. It's
All
pretty.
right. But I
may
It's
listen
pretty
to-
jarring from song to
Yeah.
song.
When I
sometimes,
go to
yeah.
bed tonight, though, I may listen to Rattle and Hum just for the hell of it and see if anything's changed since that show because I was brutal on it. I was brutal.
I don't know. For me, with the Helter Skelter inclusion, it's the Charles Manson connection to that song. I can't listen to that song. I
But
can't.
it's funny when Bono says Charles Manson stole this from the Beatles and we're stealing it back. And I'm going, oh God, Bono, really?
For me, if you're gonna do a live album,
hmm
do a full live album. Do a
Yeah.
double live album with a beginning, a middle, and an ending. don't do like half a side of whatever.
Well, what about Kiss Alive 2?
I prefer Kiss Alive 1.
I like Alive 2 better.
At least sync
like
with it
2.
so that the live tracks are all together in the studio.
I like
they
Kiss
put
Alive. I really don't. I mean, when you're a kid, when you're 7 years old or 8 years old, and that comes out, you're like, oh, great, whatever. But I go for Kiss Alive. I don't go for Kiss Alive 2.
Well, at least on 2, they took the studio stuff and they put it all on the last side. Exactly. They didn't do like the rattle and hum where it's jarring you back and forth. And
they
stuff
grouped
like
it,
that.
yeah.
And there's a couple, I think, pretty good studio tracks on that side for it. But
on Kiss?
Here we go on the Kiss.
All right, I'll stop.
No, we can talk as All American Man. No, Rocket Ride.
Rocket Ride is a great song.
Yeah, and All American Man's good.
That's great.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Anyways, we digress.
Well, that's what we do. We just jump all over hell.
Yeah. Speaking of live albums, have you finished Loaded? Have you finished loading, Grant?
Oh, yeah, I'm done. What do you want to start out with? I can pop it up.
Yeah, do the one with the ugly one on the front.
The first one that you sent?
Yeah. No.
Well, that's what came over first.
Yeah, but take the Sapper one, all right?
This?
No, that is another one.
If we talk about the Move, we're going to end up talking about Cheap Trick. So
it all comes back to Cheap Trick, Byron.
Right.
Bill Bruford.
No, that's the Bruford one. And that's the Beatles. That's the Great Gun Mule. Move.
Are you talking about Looking On?
No, I'm talking about the Sapper Erie.
Okay, let me look.
Did I send you that?
I'll
tell you what it is.
Let me go look. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I got it. Hold on.
This album cover that you've got up, who is it again? I've seen it before.
This is the Move.
I had to actually go into it. Hold on. Sorry, there's so many.
It's actually the second album by the Move. It's called Shazam.
Okay.
It's a great album from 1970. It's the second album. It's before Jeff Lynne joins the band.
Shazam. Are you going to talk about Shazam?
Yeah, we can talk about Shazam.
All right, talk about Shazam.
Yeah, we talk about Shazam. It's a power pop album, quite much heavier than the first album, which we also saw a bit of. It has Beautiful Daughter on it. It has Hello Susie. And it has one of my absolute favorites by the Move. And that is the Cherry Blossom Clinic, which is 11 minutes here. Or something like that. It's just fantastic. Bevan is of course here, and
I had to turn on some lights because I was disappearing.
Okay,
that's a great record. I've got the Esoteric CD. That's like a 3 CD set of it.
Yeah, this is the one.
Sounds great.
I've seen this before, like this cover before, but I didn't know who really. Like I didn't remember who it was. So
actually, let me pull.
I highly recommend it.
There's a lot of covers on there, it looks like.
Actually, if you want it about new groups, if you want to know about, I have a group I can mention in a few minutes. But
yeah, but this is.
Whenever you guys are ready.
They made 4 albums. Move made 4 albums, and this is the second one. The first one is the one from '68. If you buy the Esoteric one, you will get all the singles from '66 onwards. Up to 68 or 69 nearly. So I mean,
all music gives that 5 stars.
Yeah, it's a great record.
I've never heard it.
Well, if you like Jeff Lynne, you like Yellow, you'll like.
I love Yellow.
But I mean, it comes with a poster. I mean, it's pretty cool.
This is the same version I have.
Mm-hmm.
But all the esoteric stuff sounds great.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did really good with their packaging and their product. Yeah. And
I really only know their stuff that Cheap Trick covered, and Do Ya. That's really it.
What song's the Cheap Trick cover of theirs?
Brontosaurus. They did California Man.
Oh, that's the move. Oh, okay.
Blackberry Way, didn't they cover that too?
No. Well,
I thought they did.
What's the Roy Wood song they did on Busted?
Oh, rock and roll or something. Rock and roll.
Crap. The brain is a terrible thing.
Tell me about it.
Let's see.
But it's one of the they did Rock and Roll Tonight. But that was a Wizard song.
Oh, okay.
But it's close enough. It's Wizard's Roy Wood. It's all hand in hand,
Yeah, it's really great.
Because on Busted, as far as Cheap Trick, there's probably only, I don't know, Had to Make You Mine, which is a great song. Well, and Rock and Roll Tonight. Everything else I really don't care too much about.
Hey, they did Blackberry Way on the We're All Right album. I looked it up.
Good.
Yeah.
Because that is.
You want to?
I send you.
Pontus, you want me to throw up Zappa?
Yes.
Okay.
Which
one? I understand what you're talking about.
I've got a few Zappa. Which one?
He will show you.
I'm going to show you.
Okay.
I highly recommend you this Move album, and all three of them on the Esoteric label. I am a very much an advocate of that label because it's so fantastic.
Look how thick this
is.
That
is a mother.
And look, it's the first album is 3 CDs and it's just jam packed full.
Yeah.
Looking On is only a 2 CD set, but anything by the Move is
they got heavier.
They got heavier as they went.
Yeah.
Actually,
anything by the Move is worth picking up if you can get it. But these Esoteric CDs sound wonderful. I don't think they're ever going to sound any better than they do on the Esoteric stuff. So
can I make can I make a band recommendation?
Of course.
If you guys want a group to listen to, they weren't really big in the US. They're a Canadian group called the Tea Party.
Canadian, yep.
From Windsor, Ontario. They formed in '89. They're a cross between the Doors, Zeppelin, the Doors and Led Zeppelin, and they use Middle Eastern instruments and like musical arrangements in their music. The lead singer Jeff Martin, who also produces the albums, they are a powerhouse, a force to reckon with. That I can't say enough good things about them. Their first album came out, first major label album came out in '93 called Splendor Solace on EMI, Chrysalis in the US and in Europe. And from '93 to 2004, they released an album every other year. Every couple of years, they released an album. So they would do an album and tour. Their last album came out November of 2021 called Blood Moon Rising. And it's a really heavy bluesy oriented album, like really thick, really heavy guitar licks and just beautiful instrumentation, beautiful arrangements, just a powerhouse of a trio. You really should check them out. And the album that I would recommend is called Transmission from '97.
I saw one of their albums used in the bins at this used record store, but I didn't pick it up because I remember Martin Popoff talking about it, raving about the Tea Party.
Yeah, if you can get a copy of Transmission, it was the only album that was released on Atlantic in the US, and then Atlantic dropped them because they didn't know what to do with them, right? It's an alchemy of the Middle Eastern instruments. They also use a bit of the industrial side of stuff, like with their arrangements. Not too much. They don't overload it with industrial sound effects, but it's just a very balls out and ballsy kind of an album. Musically, it's fantastic. And it's only 3 people. They do all their own instrumentation. They produce themselves. And again, I can't say enough good things about them. So
I saw your rating. I saw you rating them with Pete.
yeah, I hate it. I'm sorry, I didn't like that episode because my volume was so low on the.
Okay.
On
My
mic.
I'm going to check them out because I've heard about them, but I never listened to them. I'm going to check them out.
I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can. Okay. All right. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys. I was having some technical difficulties earlier.
Now we can. Yeah.
All right. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I was just going to say with the Tea Party, they're really big in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the album. There's the album cover.
That's Transmission. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've never seen that record. You said that was out domestically? Oops.
It was in Canada, they were signed to EMI.
Uh-huh.
And in the US, they were signed to Atlantic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
You can get that on eBay, on Amazon. I'm telling you, if you want heavy rock with, again, the Middle Eastern influences, and you're gonna like that album.
Cool.
I'll check it.
Yeah,
check it out. Yeah.
I'll check it out. Definitely.
That's what it's about, kids. That's what it's about.
I mean, he sounds like Jim Morrison.
Nice.
The lead vocalist, Jeff Martin. He looks like Jim Morrison.
He could be.
Maybe
Jim
it
Morrison.
is Jim Morrison.
Maybe it is.
Yeah,
You
never
can't.
know, right?
You cannot get away from that though. But the power of his voice and his delivery, it blew me away. Like, I bought that album when it came out in '97, and I remember because I moved out on my own for the first time. I was on my own, and I blasted that album, and it was the wrong album to use when listening with all my neighbors around me, but in the building. But,
well, yeah, I know
At
what
least
you're
they
saying.
knew you were home.
That's the album I go back to all the time. So
cool.
All right, Pontus,
We
you
could
want
give each other homework assignments.
yeah. Yeah.
If I listen to Tea Party, you listen to The Move, right?
Yeah, I'll check them out.
Yeah, do that.
I'll check them out.
Oh, this is beautiful. It's all tingly. Pontus, you want to talk about the Frank Zappa?
Yeah, yes, indeed.
All right.
This is my latest purchase.
Awesome.
And
I was going to get that.
I really, this has been I had through the spring, I had I think 4 major reissues that was high on my list. It was the Exposure box set. It was the Get Back DVD or Blu-ray. It was it was actually another Zappa set called Mother 71, and it says Zappa Erie, which is 3 shows from I may be saying wrong now, but it's Erie, Philadelphia. All right. It's around the same place. They recorded 3 shows. It's from 2 shows from '74. It's also been called the Elsewhere box set because it's a few songs were picked for Rocks in Elsewhere. Trouble Every Day, More Trouble Coming Every Day, and Son of Orange County, I guess it's called, on side 3. And here we have it's Zappa, it's the Roxy tour, it's the if you heard the You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore album, volume 2, the Helsinki concert. It's one with that lineup, and it's one from '76 with the Lady Bianca singing. So it was one of the few times Zappa had a lead singer that was a woman, and it's mind-boggling stuff. You, for instance, you have a piece called "Dupree's Paradise," which is almost with an intro and the main song, it's almost 30 minutes of jazz rock.
That's long on a Helsinki concert too.
Yeah, it's very long there. Well, you don't get any finished tangos though, sadly.
No.
But as you do with the other one. But it's one of those. I mean, I read about it and I just wanted to grab it in the first thing. This is, if you're a Zappa fan, you can't go wrong with this one. Or you can't go wrong with the Mother's 71 either, because that is very, very good. Because I liked it in Flo and Eddie stuff, and you get the John Lennon encore, and you get the Rainbow Show where he was thrown off stage, and you get all the Fillmore East concerts. So 2 great Zappa reissues this year, and it's just, I mean, the amount of stuff they're putting out now is just fantastic. So I highly recommend this.
Cool.
I'm a huge Zappa fan, and I pretty much got everything from when he died, and I've heard pretty much all of the stuff since he's died. But the last couple of years, it's almost impossible to keep up with these box sets they're cranking out.
Yeah.
8 hours.
It's
getting crazy.
Well, Ahmet's running the trust, and Ahmet's doing a great job putting this stuff out, repackaging stuff. Like the early stuff.
Get that Airy set. I do want to get that Airy set. I've got the Roxy set and the Mother's set.
That's also another one. Yeah, that's.
I'm going to get the Airy one eventually.
Yeah, I highly recommend it.
Thank you.
Great.
I'm more into like just the Mother stuff, pretty much. I've got some of it. I'll pick it up if I see it used.
Because
this
is late.
Like
this
we're
is
only in
the
it for the
late
money
stuff.
and absolutely free. And
Yeah, I get it.
Uncle Meat, I love that stuff.
There is a series that was 3 volumes that's called Road Tapes. And Road Tapes 1 was a concert from '68 with the original Mothers. You should grab that one.
I have one of the Road Tape CDs. I know
there's one Helsinki from '73.
That's the one I've got, I think.
You got that? Oh, cool. Because it starts very funny. It starts with him trying to get all the he's presenting the band, but at the same time he's sound checking, because he's sort of, is this going out okay, or is the drums audible, or is the marimba audible, or and it's funny, you can actually. I never saw him live, unfortunately.
I never saw Zappa either.
No, but I would love to. I've seen Dweezil twice, and the last time they did
4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
4 or 5 times. Yeah, it's great shows.
You guys are hardcore.
Always great.
Did you see Zappa sometime?
Wait, Zappa?
Byron, did you see Zappa sometime? Did you see any Zappa concerts?
Okay, I was going to see him on the last tour, because he was coming to '88, was it? Yeah. He was coming to town, and then they canceled the tour midway, so I didn't get to go. Yeah, but I've seen Dweezil many times.
Unfortunately, I was born well after he died.
Yeah, Tyler's pretty young.
A little bit.
But he's an old soul.
Well, go see Dweezil if you can, man. It's great.
I wish I was your age.
I mean,
would
no
go
offense,
three.
his age group, you don't see many in his age group that like the entire Aerosmith catalog. So.
Oh God, no.
And he's
Especially the 70s
hardcore.
stuff. Yeah.
Even the
And
new stuff.
Yeah, Loving in Elevators.
Tyler, tell him what your favorite Aerosmith album is.
1 second, I'll show you.
Oh boy.
I'd like to give what everyone, because I'd love to hear what you think. I'm not giving Tyler shit.
Go Sweet
Tyler-
Seeds Weasel if you can.
Oh, I
It's
love
great.
it. It's great.
Tyler's a great guy. I'm not giving him shit. I just want to get your thoughts. All right, Tyler, in
All right.
3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Oh, I thought you liked. I thought you liked. Done
Which
with
one?
Mirrors. I thought you liked Done with
I
Mirrors.
love them. Hold on.
Is
That's
Now
what
you're
I'm
throwing
buying.
me off. I thought it was Done with Mirrors.
But
I
Tyler,
love
is that
Mirrors.
the, is
That's my
that the
number
album with Chip Away at the Stone?
That's
idea.
I mean, there's live bootleg that has Chip Away, but Gems also has that as well. But no,
Okay.
I am a huge defender of this record.
Okay.
Huge defender. Love every
I
track.
always like the cover.
Is any?
Yeah.
I'm just curious on the panel, since we do have Tyler here tonight, and we're bringing up Aerosmith, or I
Yeah.
brought it up. What's your thoughts on that? Do you guys have any opinions on Done with Mirrors? Just since we've got it up.
I've never heard it.
I saw the Joe Perry project once. On their
What when
First
that first
tour.
came out?
Yeah,
the first album.
The first
yeah,
album?
first album. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
was
that's a
70.
great record.
It is a great record.
It was 1980 when I saw him. So summer of 1980.
What was your?
I was seeing Aerosmith with Motley Crue, but and they were
When
good.
was that?
That was shit.
Was that around the mid 2000s or was that
That was 06.
06? I saw that tour. Yeah.
It was actually on Tommy Lee's birthday. It was October 2nd or something like.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that tour.
So yeah, and for the record, Motley Crue's PA sucked. He couldn't understand a word they were saying.
Well, thank
Probably better
God,
off,
because
right?
you really don't want to know what Vince Neil is
And
saying.
It's a mixed blessing there.
it was
It's
funny
a
'cause
mixed
the way-
blessing.
Blessing.
Just very quickly, where we were sitting on level 100, just above the stage, right where the curtain came across, like where the curtain split, where the audience could see them, and then you could see backstage. So they were getting ready to go on, and you could see Steven Tyler getting ready to come out, right? So split second, he was on the first level, right in front of the drum kit, and then he's like, "Shit." He runs up the stairs behind the drum kit, like on the platform behind the drum kit, and then he says, "Okay, go." So that's when they lifted the curtain, right, and they started the show. But it was like you could see everything happen back behind the scenes and then in front, right? Because you were like right on the side of the stage. It was hilarious. But they were good. They were
That's
good.
awesome.
I mean,
They sounded good.
Their PA was perfect, immaculate. No issues, not even any feedback, nothing. But Motley Crue, fuck it. I mean, no, I just couldn't do it.
I just
Oh my
wanted.
God.
I just
I'm actually seeing Motley Crue next week with Def Leppard, Poison, Joan Jett.
Yeah, they're coming to
wow.
Edmonton. They're coming to Edmonton here. Yeah.
You'd have to pay me to go see that. Christopher, I just wanted to do a shout out to Christopher. Hello, Christopher. Christopher's from Sweden.
Mhm.
Christopher, you know what we're doing. We're hanging out.
Another Sweden.
Yeah.
Hello.
Now,
So
I
where
saw
you from,
Motley
Christopher?
Crue open for Ozzy on the Shout Out the Devil tour with
Oh.
so it was Bark at the Moon for Ozzy.
Whew.
That was probably the best
Yeah,
time
that
to
was-
see Motley
Yeah, it
Crue.
was.
Yeah, that's
The
really-
That was
Then I saw him a couple of years later on Theater of Pain tour. They
Yeah.
headlined. I had a free ticket. Okay, it was free.
Okay. Okay.
Were they wearing the face makeup and stuff?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
The opening band was Loudness. Anybody remember Loudness?
Yeah.
Wow.
Japanese
metal
band.
Yeah,
they were good.
Loudness.
That's a
I
while
know
back.
Loudness.
Yeah.
So, it was
Whatever
free.
happened to Loudness? They break up. They kind of were around, and then I don't know.
They just disappeared.
They probably got swept up in that whole Nirvana thing and were annihilated.
Probably, yeah.
Christopher,
And they
I've seen
probably had
Aerosmith.
reformed a few times.
Christopher's seen Aerosmith twice. Amazing shows.
There it is.
There you go.
And
Oh, there
Star,
it is. Yeah.
there it is. That's a record. And of course, Star saw them on the Shout at the Devil tour.
Wow.
Ooh.
Of course,
Cool.
Star, of course you did.
Same here.
For crying out loud.
I don't want to ever see them again.
I don't know what I'd
Price
do
wasn't
without
it.
Star.
There's certain groups that, like, I've seen the Rolling Stones 3 times. That was enough.
I saw the Stones in '82.
It's a good time
You
to see
know,
them.
I saw Rod Stewart 3 times. That's enough. I've seen Kiss twice. That's enough.
Tom and I
Yeah.
went and saw Kiss in '98 at
So I saw
at
that
the
tour.
shop.
Was that the
Columbus.
Psycho Circus tour?
No,
No.
this is where they brought Ace and Peter back, and the makeup all
That
went
was Psycho
back on.
Circus.
Oh, is that Psycho? Well,
they
they
Psycho
didn't sound
Circus
like they
was
were
when
promoting
Ace
it
and
because
Peter
it
came
felt
back.
like it was.
They weren't promoting it. They
1970.
weren't promoting it. They
Yeah.
hated the album. No, I
Yeah.
saw them on the reunion tour in '96
Mhm.
when they came to Toronto. I had floor seats for the show, and that was a good show.
Sounded like 1978 is what it sounded
If
like.
you shut your eyes, you swear to God it was
Yeah,
1978.
it took me right back to 4th
And-
or 5th grade.
And
Yeah.
they, Tom, you have to agree, sounded. That was a great
They
night.
sounded great.
They sounded
They
great.
didn't do anything. They didn't do any songs beyond '78
Yeah, that's
on
right.
on the reunion tour.
Yeah.
So it was
Wow.
just like, my God, right?
It was
Like,
total flashback. It totally played to Grant and I's like what we wanted to hear. So
They
it was
didn't say-
perfect.
They
It was
didn't do
perfect.
anything past what, like Rock and Roll Over? They didn't do anything past that?
I'd say they didn't do any, like nothing past.
Went up to.
On the reunion tour, they didn't.
Well, they did the Dynasty stuff, didn't they?
I
No.
don't remember. No,
No.
it was everything
78?
up to. It was everything up to Dynasty.
Love to.
So
It
the
was
debut
up to
Dynasty.
Love
Yeah.
Gun.
Okay.
Love Gun. Right.
Live too.
Right. Basically.
I can't remember what Ace played. Did Ace play? I think he probably played Shock Me.
He did play Shock Me.
Yeah,
I think
he did.
maybe-
Of course.
I think he did. Yeah, because I think he probably said, I want to do Shock Me, so let me play.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, go ahead.
But Ace sounded great. They looked great.
Yeah.
It was a 5. It was.
They were
well,
good.
like Tom said, it was wonderful.
Yeah, and then
There's
Here we
the
go.
double
We come
platinum.
full circle again.
It all comes back to Kiss and Cheap Trick and Wasp.
I got a
Yeah.
question for you guys about Kiss.
Go ahead.
Just a quick question, and then I'll shut
Go
up.
ahead. No, you're fine.
What is your opinion of Paul Stanley saying that when he and Gene Simmons retire, that they're going to get other musicians in to dress up like them and continue playing? Like,
They've been doing
It might
that
sound better.
with Ace and Peter, so whatever.
As
I
long
mean,
as they
they
get a
haven't been
decent
kissed to
singer,
me in a long time. So
but
I mean, Grant knows this. I am not the biggest Kiss fan in the world, but so I don't really have much to say about that. But
they should
I mean,
do
they've
what
been doing that since.
they
ever.
should do what ABBA's doing and just create like these avatar like
Hey.
electronic concert and
Ooh.
hey,
Might
I
as
love me
well.
some ABBA.
oh no.
Well,
Give me
Grant
ABBA.
knows I'm a total ABBA fan. I mean, and I'm gonna find a way to get to one of those digital concerts they're doing.
You know, if I could
Right.
see Agneta and Frida, I mean, give me them over Kiss any effing day of the week. I am
Yeah, no.
sorry.
I had a
Amen.
huge
Amen.
crush on
Absolutely.
them when I was a kid.
I am sorry. I mean, I have the new album from
Oh.
them, and it's a great album.
I do too. The visitors, right? Yeah.
No,
Amanda,
Voyage.
Voyage. That's it. Voyage. Yeah. No, it's a good album.
Amanda, do you mean from 1978, or do you mean how they look now?
I don't care. They're still good.
Okay. Okay.
She's aged okay. They've aged okay.
I mean, give me Agneta any day of the week.
oh,
Okay.
all right.
You know, it's not Agnetha, it's Agneta. I'm sorry. I mean,
Agneta
Yes.
Falksad.
you can say it. It's
That's
Agneta,
cool.
right? But no, in terms of the Kiss thing, my question was because I just think that it's a caricature. It's becoming a caricature. If you,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's
But
what
it
I was
band
saying with
song.
Queen on the Works. It was a caricature.
It is.
but if you continue the band touring without any of the original members in it,
Oh, right.
Yes.
then you know what? You're in it for the money. You don't care about the
Yes.
fans.
Yes.
To me,
Gene's always
and
been in it
anyone
for the
out there
money.
that's going to give
Gene's
me
oh,
shit for it, like I don't care. It's my opinion. I mean,
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I agree with you.
I agree with
bands
you
like
too.
Yes, for instance.
That's my biggest problem with Kiss. It's just a cash grab to me.
My
Gene
problem-
commercialized that band decades ago.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
My problem with Yes is that it should be called the Steve Howe Band, not
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I saw them; they
He's
sounded
not
great.
even an original member.
Well,
terrible.
he's not, but I saw them and they sounded great. I'll give them that, but it's not. It's
Still
not
bad.
Yes.
Right.
Tell Becky I said hello. But it's not Yes. It's the Steve Howe Band. But whatever. Yes, purists that love everything Yes did will probably disagree, but I don't know.
Does Gene Simmons need any more money?
No.
God, no.
Well, there
No.
you go.
He runs on pure ego, so it doesn't matter.
Does Paul
Huh.
Stanley need more money? No.
No.
No, none of them do.
Does
No.
Eric
I'm
Singer
sure-
need more money?
Well, they're
No.
probably Thayer and what's his name? They probably still.
I
need
mean,
some
they're just
money.
employees.
Yeah, they probably don't
Yeah.
get paid. They probably get minimum union wage or something. I
And you know, Ace and Peter need money, of course.
don't know. Well,
Of
yeah,
course they do.
Peter for sure.
And you know what? I actually saw Ace last year with Alice Cooper.
I did
It was
too.
phenomenal.
Grant and I went and saw him.
Yeah.
We saw him in Tom and I
Cleveland.
went and saw him in 2019
Cleveland.
at the
yeah.
House of Blues.
Oh yeah.
And that's a funny story as it is. But then I went and saw him like last September, I think in Dayton with Alice Cooper and Ace Frehley.
Yeah. I saw him last September with Alice Cooper as well. I thought he was great.
Ace is
But-
good.
Ace was
Yeah.
great, but
He
that
was on
story,
fire.
the gig at the House of Blues in Cleveland, I don't know if anybody's been there, but it's not really a very large venue.
Mm,
And they had people crammed in there.
Oh my god, it was hot.
I
It
bet.
was so hot. And everybody's on top of each other.
Yeah.
There's no oxygen.
Yeah.
My friend Pat, he had to leave, and I went, I wonder where Pat's going. And I
Yeah,
don't
he
know
just
where went.
disappeared.
He disappeared. And
For
then
the
I
whole
was
show.
standing there and I'm going, oh man, I got real lightheaded. I thought I was going to faint.
Yeah.
And I went to Tom. I said, Tom, I'll be right back. I got to get some air. And I went out to the lobby where there was air conditioning,
Yeah.
And you found Pat.
and Pat was sitting out there.
Right.
We both damn near passed out. It was so tight.
Yeah.
And there was no oxygen.
That-
I mean, it was just,
That's
was
how it is
horrible.
where I am. Like,
You see, I've never seen a
closest House of
band
Blues
in
is
like a club setting. I mean, the smallest venue I've seen was I saw Extreme in '93
okay.
at Massey Hall in Toronto, which is like a 10,000, 11,000 seater. And they were good. I mean, but it wasn't crammed. But I mean,
It happened to me at what is that, Lifestyle Community, that little venue here in Columbus, Grant.
yeah,
I
I
saw
think
the
now
arc,
I
whatever
forget
it
what
is
it's
now,
called
but
They
I
keep
saw
changing the name.
I saw the Arcs there, Dan
Oh.
Auerbach's one of his side projects, and it almost happened to me. My brother had to like drag me to the bathroom, splash wash.
Oh, no.
Because I almost went down. It was bad.
Yeah.
Literally, Ace Frehley, I almost passed out. In fact, I was like, shit, what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
You kind of go, uh-oh. You kind of panic for a minute.
Oh, you
it's
do.
it's
I've felt
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's
it
the
was a
same thing
great
with
show.
Dom.
And the opening band, Tom, do you remember what the opening band
I'm
was for
trying to
Ace Frehley?
remember.
They were great.
Yeah, I have
Oh.
a vague memory of them, but I couldn't remember.
It'll
who they
come
were.
to me
Alice
if I
Cooper,
don't
though,
think about it.
if Alice Cooper did a tour where he did Welcome to My Nightmare 1 and 2, I'd go. I'd go see that.
How'd you feel about 2 though? Did you like 2?
Yeah,
Did you? I'm still
liked it.
a little.
yeah. Because I like the first track, like
I Am Made for You, right? Is that?
yeah. I
Am Made for You, I think.
am part of you or something like yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I you see, I like concept albums. So I mean,
Me too.
the fact that at the end he dies,
Right. Okay.
You
I
know,
get that. Yeah.
like he doesn't come up, he doesn't wake from the nightmare,
Right.
right? And it kind of asks the question: what if you couldn't wake up from a nightmare? What if you were trapped in that situation?
I get that.
What would you do? You know what I mean? Like,
I think you'd have a Freddy Krueger kind of thing going on.
you fucking
Right.
freak, you know? So
You might end up like
Yeah.
Johnny Depp. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sucked into your bed.
Tucked under the bed. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just a little in the middle with Welcome to My Nightmare 2. I felt like it was just too modernized. I didn't like a lot. I thought the songs were just not very interesting. Like he had that featured song with Kesha, What Baby Wants. I hated that track. He had Disco Bloodbath Boogie Fever, which I was not into. There was a lot of auto-tune I heard. Just a lot of production issues for me.
A Nightmare to Remember, Christopher? I don't know.
Yeah. No, and overall I like the album. I like the fact that it was a concept, and I mean
I get it. Yeah. I have to go back to that.
And it kind
I
of
haven't listened to that in a
took you
while.
along on a trip, right? And I mean, and that being
I've
said,
never
I like
heard
The
it.
Wall.
Yeah, I have to go back to it.
But I must say, and Tyler, you might back me up on this. When we saw Ace Frehley and Alice Cooper, you have to admit, Alice Cooper did a phenomenal show, and his band, his backing band is top notch.
Yeah. Nita Strauss is phenomenal. I love her.
They were
Cooper's backing band.
Yeah, oh my God, they're just hot as shit.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Christopher,
again with the concept albums, there was this big debate about The Wall on SOT a few months ago.
Yeah,
I love The Wall. I love
I love
The
it.
Wall.
Yeah.
Like from top to bottom. I just think it's amazing.
I just read something, I think today, that there was like some kind of hidden, it's not like a hidden message or something at the end of the album.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole about everything that's happening to Pink, and then he finally, he tears down the wall, and then when they're playing whatever that outro piece is, and then I can't remember what the quote is, but like, haven't we been here before, or something like that? That basically is saying it's all gonna just repeat, that you can never get out of this cycle.
Right?
It's on the loop.
Yeah, it's pretty bleak.
That's kind of
for
heavy.
an album that it had such mass appeal. If you really think about how dark that album is.
Yeah.
Well, you do know what prompted The Wall, right? Like what happened? Like
what?
No, I don't think I know that story.
The story goes, they were touring Animals, and they were performing at the Stadium Olympique in Montreal, and Waters was getting really frustrated with the audience, and he just wanted them to shut up and listen to the album, because they were doing the album, and an audience tried to get up to the front of the stage, and Waters snapped, and he ran over and he spat in the guy's face.
Oh, ouch.
During the Animals tour?
Yeah. And he thought, after that happened, what the hell have I become? Like, what is going on here? So they finished the show. A couple of days later, literally 2 days later, he starts writing music for The Wall. And he does all these demos. And he presented the band with two ideas, either The Wall or The Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking.
Oh, okay.
So they chose
one must
The Wall.
say that they choose right.
Yeah.
They definitely
sure.
did.
They
Absolutely.
did.
To me, Pete Pardo says, it's a good album. It's not the best album. It could be a better album if it's a single.
I don't know. I like that.
I respect Pete immensely.
Yeah.
I mean, but my opinion is you have to go for the ride.
That's true.
Take the whole thing as a concept, right?
Absolutely.
The whole thing is a complete piece.
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree, but I sometimes feel like I'm lost inside Free. I must say. I mean, it's very exhaustive. You have to take it in bits and pieces to get through.
After a while, it does get a little exhausting. Yeah.
I breeze through it.
You have to listen to one side at a time. You have to take a little breather just to get through it. It's great. It's great.
I would take 2 hours out of my day once a week, because I remember buying the vinyl version in '88, I would sit there, put the headphones on, take 2 hours out of my Sunday, and just listen to it front to back. And I loved every blessed minute of it. I thought it was just beautiful, like beautiful.
I remember buying it when it came out. I was like in ninth grade, I think.
I saw the movie before I had ever heard the album, which is kind of a weird introduction.
I've never seen the movie.
Oh, really? You got to be in the right. It's psychedelic.
Grant, you say you've never seen the movie?
I've never seen the movie.
Really?
Tom, didn't they used to play that like on campus, like at the midnight movie?
That's where I saw it. Exactly. At Ohio State. Right.
Like Roger Waters performed it here in 2012 in Edmonton. He did the wall, and it's did the entire album, and it was just freaking amazing, just unreal, right? And it was
I'd
theater.
love to hear it live.
It was rock theater. It wasn't just a rock concert. It was a production.
Yeah.
And my roommate was with me, and I told him, I said quickly, I said to him, Bob, do you want to? Okay, we're gonna go, but you should really listen to the album first. No, I'll be okay, because he knew another brick in the wall. No. And I said, "Are you sure I can play this for you?" No, it's okay. We're gonna go. We're gonna have a good time. He was just like,
oh my God,
he loved it. He loved it.
Maybe it was better that way for him to go in cold.
He said it was the best concert he had ever seen.
Well, and maybe it was good.
I said, if the last concert you saw was Anne Murray,
I got that copy.
Yeah.
That's the reissue, right?
Is that the reissue, or is that the
reissue?
Is that the reissue?
Yeah, that's the one I have.
I've got an original one.
Reissue.
Yeah.
My original got swept away in my blood.
Like I said to him, if it was the best show he'd ever seen, I said, well, if the last show you've seen before this was Anne Murray, then you've got a lot to to catch up on. No offense.
Right.
But I like Anne Murray too, but no.
Well, Waters is a prickly dude, but he is an artist through and through.
I saw him in 2017, and it was just fantastic.
Well, why do you think that some of the people that are like hardcore Pink Floyd people, some people, like if you pay attention to like Pete Pardo or watch Sea of Tranquility, it seems like some people, you either really like The Wall or you don't like it. There's no like a middle ground.
There's no middle. No.
I really love The Wall, but I love Dark Side of the Moon too.
I love it too.
It's think both of them are,
but I love it.
But The Wall, but the thing with The Wall, you have to listen to it as a
complete piece. Yeah, you can't just listen to one side.
You can't pick and choose. You commit to it.
Right.
I feel like it's too much work to sit through it.
Really?
Okay, so you're one of those people.
It's not that I don't like it. I'm in the middle. It's like I like it, but it's just too much work.
Like
I get it.
Like
there's
that
time
just goes back to what I've said about when when sometimes when I in the live chat, for SOT, I said once, and this is what got people's attention, is that the art of listening to an album, to sit down and listen to an album, is lost.
Yep.
Because
it is on the kids nowadays, Tyler.
People don't sit. People. I'm in a wheelchair, so I got to sit no matter what. But people don't sit and listen to an album from start to finish. It's all sound bites.
Yeah.
It's all singles.
That doesn't work.
No,
it doesn't. That doesn't work for anybody.
No.
So I mean,
it doesn't work for me. I'll give you that.
You have your music, like just casual music fans. They listen to singles and stuff, and then you have your true music fans who are, I think, more album oriented people.
Yes.
See,
but
Tyler's
that is the case with Mr. Pardo, or when it comes to The Wall. I think that The Wall is different because it's more like a musical. In a sense.
Is
for sure.
Than the psychedelic sort of.
It plays like a Broadway show.
Yeah,
it does. I agree.
That's fair.
That's fair.
It's got the different acts.
That's maybe the problem.
Yes.
That's maybe the crux there. Because Dark Side of the Moon is one piece as well. It's
Mhm.
you know
Mhm.
you that is one continuous piece. Because I listened to an early bootleg of that, and that was fun because you heard all the ingredients were there in March '72, but they hadn't really, you could hear that Chris Thomas and Alan Parsons did a hell of a job with work with them in
You
the
have the
studio to
immersion
get.
set, don't you? Do you
Yeah,
have the immersion set of Dark
yeah,
Side of the
yeah,
Moon?
yeah, yeah,
That's right. Yeah, the early version of the album. Yeah, I've got that too. So, yeah,
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 yeah.
I've got
And
that too.
it's very interesting because this was from Sapporo in Japan. It's one of those grey area CDs that are around now. And it's very interesting. You can hear, because The Great Gig in the Sky is not finished. The Great
Right.
Gig in
Yeah,
the Sky
yeah.
is by that time a organ solo, more or less.
Yeah, I think On the Run was titled Travel Sequence or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's more like a jam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean,
It's not the electronic stuff.
but that's just it. I
the
mean,
rest of the stuff is there.
everyone has an opinion
Well, of course.
Yeah.
of it, right? There's no right or wrong answer.
No,
Right?
absolutely not.
No. But what I do when I listen to a new album, I tend to look at Discogs and find out, let's say the Tea Party album, I would go and see if there is a vinyl version of it, because then I would do two playlists. One is side A and one is side 2, and I would sequence those playlists so I could listen to side 1 first, and then listen to side 2, even if I listen on Tidal, because that is there's one thing with vinyl that got lost with the CD age, and that was having a breather and turning the sides.
Yes.
Yep.
I get it.
Well, yeah, it's a lot more intimate. You have a
It is.
relationship with the vinyl as opposed to the CD, which
Yes.
is
Yes.
much
You
more
can truly
utilitarian.
absorb one
And
side.
Yeah. The CD is much easier just to throw on and go do other stuff.
Yes.
I gotta tell you from my experience with music and stuff, and I've said this to Pete Pardo, and as much as I thought I knew about music, I didn't know half of it. Once I started watching Sea of Tranquility and participating and being lucky to ask to participate, I've learned my musical vocabulary has opened up a lot more.
Yeah.
Yes.
To a lot of stuff. So I mean, I've always said this: once you think you know all there is to know, you're done.
You're not even close.
oh, you never know it all.
You're finished.
Definitely
There's
don't.
always new stuff.
Nobody knows.
Like people say, "Oh, you have to listen to this group for this album and this album only." No, there's a wide variety of people, of music to listen to. Some people think Hot Space from Queen is their masterpiece. No,
I've never met those people, but I'd
gotta
love
be
to get them
somebody.
on. I'd love to get them on this show.
I mean, as much as I love Queen, and I mean, I've got tattoos on my arms, of Queen, I can't say it's a masterpiece because even the band doesn't say it's a masterpiece.
No.
Perhaps that manager did.
No.
That manager,
The manager probably said it was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, I stopped after Jazz. Like the Works was kind of okay, but everything after that I could care less about.
Jazz was the last great Queen album.
Yes.
That was my first
listen to
Queen
Armando's
that.
probably gonna pass out from that statement, but
all I can say
I
is
think
I think
I'm gonna go on
Tommy's
record.
Oh.
Jazz was the last great Queen album.
I agree. 100%.
The last
You know
last
what?
great
I
Queen
don't-
album, but there are still good ones.
I love jazz.
Yeah, but we're talking the last great
I
one,
don't-
Todd.
I don't even know about good.
You know what?
Even
I
the Works,
love jazz.
the Works was okay, but
Well,
after
the
that-
Works, it was a parody of themselves.
yes,
The Works
yes,
was Queen trying to sound like Queen.
yes,
And my argument before was Hot Space. Queen wasn't trying to. Queen were just doing what they were doing, and it still sounded like Queen, whether or not they're playing funk, Whether or not they're playing disco. That was actually the last Queen album, as far as I'm concerned. There's those double platinum again.
Yeah.
Damn.
Byron always throws that damn double platinum in.
Listen.
Yeah, everybody's got
I would suggest you listen to Innuendo.
I've heard it.
I've heard it.
I agree.
It's.
I haven't gone back to it in years, but
I'm sorry. It's.
That title track is great.
It's
Cheap Trick the Doctor. Now that's
my god. That's a new low.
No.
I just think that Innuendo was a fantastic way for them to go out.
I do too. Oh, well, one of the things too about later Queen albums is I think what they forgot how to do is how to make albums. I don't think they forgot how to write songs. I think
they forgot to. I think they forgot how to write.
No, that's not true.
That's what I think.
Because
you show me a good song.
Who Wants to Live Forever?
Yeah.
I mean,
what the hell, Byron? Two of them?
I think that with the Miracle, it was a good, again, like I said before, it was a good cross between The Game and Hot Space because
I like that. I like that album. It seems incomplete. It's too short and it doesn't end right. And the sequencing is terrible, but great songs. The Miracle.
The Miracle.
The Miracle. Yeah, that's.
Star says, "Here we go again."
Well, I'm just saying, you have songs like "I Want It All" and
"I Want It All." That's
it all worth it?
Song I can get behind. The rest
was it all worth it? And then you had songs like the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
And even Scandal for a rock track. But you had songs like "Party" and the Invisible Man and "My Baby Does Me" for the R&B stuff.
Right.
Right. So you had a good cross section. Innuendo was them just, you know what? We're going back to a Night at the Opera territory, that range.
Yeah.
I mean, you listen to the title track.
Yeah.
That's Rhapsody, 1991.
You think so?
Well, it had the different sections to it, like the different arrangements to it, and like, so I mean, yeah, to an extent it was.
I have to go back to that record. It's been a while for me. I just,
I mean, people say, "Oh, it was a failure in the U.S." It went number 3. It hit number 30 on the charts.
What does that even mean? The U.S. was just totally backwards in a lot of ways, anyway. So
the problem with it was that, again, Hollywood Records. They signed to Hollywood Records in 1990. They also got the rights to distribute the back catalog from EMI, from Capital EMI, right? So that was a brand new chapter for them. They wanted to start brand new. For a group that didn't have a top 30 album in the US or North America since like 1982 or 1984, that was a big step.
Okay.
For them, right?
But how were they doing in Canada?
In Canada, they were still popular. I mean, for example, when The Works came out and I Want to Break Free was released, the video was not banned on Much Music in Canada or any of the music shows. It was played regularly. It was played all the time.
Were they banned because of, was it that they played Sun City or something like that? Is that what happened?
No, they got flack because the video for I Want to Break Free was supposed to be a parody of Coronation Street.
Oh, okay.
And people in the U.S. didn't know what that was. Which is,
I thought the video was fine. Everything always goes back to Cheap Trick and Night Flight. That's where I saw the video to I Want to Break Free was on Night Flight.
But people were like in the southern states and stuff, they were like, "Oh, are these guys gay?" Like, guys dressing up like women.
The whole idea of people questioning whether Freddie Mercury was gay is amusing to me.
Oh, come on. I'm sorry. I mean, how could you not know?
Exactly.
When I was a kid, I never figured it out
for a long time, and I was a fan back in the day.
I mean, how could you not know? I mean,
I didn't know.
I didn't
who gives a shit?
until
right. Well, it doesn't matter, but right.
I was born
Didn't
later.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying. I didn't know when I was
like,
a kid.
But they were like, "Oh my God, these guys dressing up like women, like going, MTV is like freaking out." And even Roger Taylor said, "Okay, they banned our video, but here you got fucking Whitesnake." Whitesnake,
Right.
playing Whitesnake. MTV is playing Whitesnake all the time, and they got the teased hair and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but they had Tawny Katan gyrating on a car. So that's different.
I don't care what anybody
was kind of hot.
Roger Taylor was the prettiest one out of all of them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he dressed up as the blonde, and he was a dead ringer for
Roger Taylor was kind of hot.
The show, right? But I mean,
my introduction to Queen
that was banned, but TNA videos
were
were ramped ridiculous.
Pontus,
Sorry, you're right.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I said that my introduction to Queen was Radio Gaga. I heard it on TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
I love that song though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but
that was one of those albums you don't like, though, Grant.
Yeah, but I like that song, Todd.
That video was all over MTV.
That video was all over.
Yeah.
I mean, I like some of it. It's not like I dislike it.
Yeah.
But you have to understand it was them trying to be Queen.
Well,
it didn't flow easily.
Radio Gaga
just didn't flow.
It is with it. Half of that album is like different. It's like Bohemian Rhapsody Jr. and a crazy little thing called Love Jr.
Yes,
that is true.
Yes.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you very much.
But I still liked it.
Well, I still liked it too. But the world that we created, I think.
That was them
brilliant.
Needing a ballad for the ending of the album, and they were just in the studio, and
that is brilliant.
But you know what else about all of those Capitol and beyond Queen albums until you get towards the very end, they're all short. They're all too short. They all have too few songs. Well, yeah, I agree with that.
I think
they didn't have enough material.
Yeah, I personally think that Made in Heaven was a mistake.
It was.
Definitely was.
When I bought it, it was like, oh, brand new Queen album. I'm there. Like I'll go get it. But then when I realized it was like only three original songs, and the rest were all like re-recorded, I'm like, you could have put this on an EP.
You could have easily,
and just let it go at that.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
And you get stuff like
that 20-minute song with the waves,
Yeah.
I think
that's the biggest mistake of all.
I think once Queen lost in America, they lost any kind of inspiration, and they thought, well, I guess we're just going to be hot in Europe. I guess they gave up, and I just think that they just kind of got used to the stardom, and they just never.
I have a theory about Queen in the United States.
That was Freddie's situation.
I have a theory about Queen in the United States. When they signed to Capitol, there was a period of time, 1983 and 1984, all of the heavy hitters on Capitol all tanked except for Tina Turner.
Okay.
And she was huge.
Tanked. Who else am I thinking of? Thomas Dolby tanked. Missing Persons tanked.
Right.
I don't know what was happening at Capitol, but every single Capitol act bombed except for Tina Turner. So something went wrong there, but that was when Queen signed to Capitol, 1984, and they just kept dropping balls, and they just. Radio Gaga was a massive international song, and Capitol couldn't make that work in the United States, and that's their fault.
I think that with any group, there's three components to it with an album. Number one, it's the songs. Number two, because if the songs aren't good, it doesn't matter how you dress them up, doesn't matter what the production is, how you put it together, how you construct it. If the songs are not good, it's not going to go anywhere. Number two, it's the ability for the artist to perform the songs in concert, how they're able to bring them across to the audience. If that sucks, if they can't do it, it's not going to work. But the third one, and probably the most important one, well, tied with the music itself, if a record company, a major record label like EMI Capital or Elektra or whoever, if they don't want to promote you,
you're doomed.
You're done.
Yeah.
You are done. I mean, it doesn't matter.
I think you could have a sucky album. Let's say we had Cheap Trick the Doctor, which was a sucky album. if
double your pleasure.
We all agree on that.
I thought we
terrible.
Epic.
I thought we didn't criticize. I agree.
If Epic would have pumped the hell out of that and marketed the hell out of it and put a lot of money behind it, I think it would have been successful. I think it's all about how much you could polish a turd and sell it if you market the hell out of it. And it's all how the record company wants to promote. And these companies only have so much money to throw at records. They can't throw money at all of them. They're hoping that some of these records just catch on. Like I'm going to say Gin Blossom's New Miserable Experience came out and it just sat there for a year. And then all of a sudden someone just picked up a track and it just took off. Pontus has his hand up.
Yeah, but it's also the fact that a lot of great European bands never made it to America and died, or vice versa. I mean, Pete today had CC Top as his trio.
Power trio? Yeah.
Power trio for today.
Oh, yeah.
Top. And yesterday he had Grand Funk Railroad. And CC Top made it here. I mean, we had them in Europe. I saw the videos, and Eliminator was great. All the albums were available. But I must say, I never saw an album by Grand Funk Railroad in any bin neither in Denmark or in Sweden or things like that.
Well, I don't think they ever sold any over there.
No, they didn't make it over here. And the same with Mountain and stuff like that. And on the contrary of the certain bands, ABBA didn't make the US that much. They toured US once in '79 when they made a world tour, but they were huge in Europe, and they were huge in Japan and Australia. So
they were huge in
it's
Australia.
all about the marketing. It's all about the markets.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, though, they sure played a lot of ABBA on the radio.
Yep, they were all
They
over
did.
top
They
40.
were all over top 40 radio, and then they had one hit after another.
ABBA did one North American tour in '79. They started, I remember reading about it because it started here in Edmonton September 1st, right, for the Voulez-Vous tour. And they didn't want to, the manager, Stig Anderson, was talking with Atlantic Records, because they were signed to Atlantic here. And the guy Stig Anderson said, look, we'll tour, but you got to guarantee me a #1 album. And he said,
yeah,
I can't guarantee you a #1 album if you don't tour.
Right.
It's like the chicken before the egg. What came first? Like you gotta do the road work in.
Gotta promote it. Yep.
They did it begrudgingly. And when you see the videos of them doing it, you can see Agnieszka's really pissed off.
Well, yeah.
She's not happy.
Had a baby. She wanted to be mom at that point. So
she doesn't want.
She wanted to do studio stuff. She was fine with doing studio stuff.
She doesn't. She was afraid to fly. She didn't want the cameras around her while she's putting a T-shirt on her son's, on her son after he went swimming. She doesn't want that stuff. Right. What are you gonna do? Right. I mean, it's a catch-22. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Right. But
ABBA's an interesting band because they improve with time. They truly improve with time. The last album is much better than the first one.
There's a definite difference between Waterloo and the Visitors.
Yeah, the Super Trooper and the Visitors are both, and the Visitors especially, is great albums.
I think that's my favorite ABBA album.
I think Visitors is probably my favorite.
I love the album, the '77 album.
Yeah, with the musical, with the mini musical, and the girl with the golden hair. Yeah, I like that too.
Like
so, but you're talking to someone that when he goes out and buys an artist, he buys a catalog. I just go out and get the entire catalog.
Same here.
Armando's hardcore.
All the box sets.
Completist.
You're a completist.
Like I remember Pete Porter was doing a review on Jean-Luc Ponty, right? Like ranking. I went out with my roommate and I went to the local secondhand record store and I bought the entire Atlantic catalog of his. Right? They were all like $9 vinyl. So I'm like, okay, I'll take this, I'll take this, I'll take this, I'll take this. Carried it out, right? And he's like, you guys really like your albums. I'm like, yeah, let's go, Bob. Like,
here in the States, those are $4 records. I did a very similar thing. I bought 6 in one day, $4 a piece.
Yeah.
They're very common in the States.
Yep. Yeah. It's expensive in Canada, sons of bitches, right? It's really expensive.
Well, it's like U2's dime a dozen.
Yep.
But you look at this record, can't find it. This record, you can't find it.
You don't see those.
Yeah.
You don't see this. I had to get these off of Amazon because I couldn't find them. It's like all the U2 albums, you can get them for like $2 or $1 up to a certain point. The Atomic Bomb album, that's the end. All the rest you can't find.
You know what makes me laugh though is when I go into a record store with Bob and to look for vinyl, and they ask Bob because they see me in the chair, and they ask Bob, "What does he want? What is he looking for?"
And you're like, "Hello,
I'm right here."
And he says, "Anne Murray."
Exactly. No, he says,
"We're looking for Gwen Stefani."
He'll tell me, he'll say, don't ask me anything. He knows what he wants. You just said hello to him. He answered you. You know he can speak. Ask him a question.
Great.
It's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous. And I mean, like today on Amazon, because today for me was payday, thank God.
We all like payday.
I found a copy of Santana Lotus, Japanese triple disc version CD. It's the entire concert. I found it for like $108. And I bought it. Surprise
for you.
I bought
Is that cheap?
No. Yeah.
No.
Wow.
For that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, but God damn.
The thing is, with Amazon, this version is not directly sold through Amazon, but Amazon guarantees the shipment. So if you look at it, and if you look at the item and it says in small print fulfilled by Amazon, that means Amazon will guarantee the shipment will get to you.
Right.
So it's coming. It'll be here Wednesday.
Cool.
Well, we want to report.
It's a good album.
Definitely.
That was
If you're
originally
spending that much,
Well,
Armand, if you're spending that much
think
money,
when it came
I
out
want
originally,
a damn report on
it's
my
on
desk.
Can I
Thursday
show you
morning.
guys something? Because they were talking about CDs. Can I just show you, and then I'll shut up for the rest?
No, you're good.
Go for it.
Oh, go on.
I bought this. I bought this Miles Davis set. I'm going to show you the lid.
Oh no.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Bloody hell.
You found the big one?
Oh, it's the big one.
This set. Oh my God. I'm going to drop this in. This set is the. If you can hold on.
Yeah, I know exactly what.
Oh,
that is.
okay.
This set. Hold on a second. Guys, this is the entire Columbia Records catalog from Miles Davis.
Wow.
Okay. Came out 2009. This set was available. It was on Amazon and Discogs for like $1,100.
Oh my!
You're
God.
talking 52 albums across 70 CDs.
Oh my God!
Plus a live DVD of the Miles Davis Quartet in 1967 in Paris. Okay, I bought it for I found it for like $300.
I'd say you got a bargain.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I put the posting on Facebook. The question: should I buy this? And Pete Parder's like, get it.
Yeah,
for that price,
Well,
get it.
Pete'd be happy to spend your money.
The shop closest to me has one now for $275.
Yeah,
and I think that's really good. It's a really good deal.
If you want to know, I've said it before. This is the shit. This is the bomb. If you want to know, if you want to get everything from Miles Davis on Columbia, I dropped the thing here. It's from 1949 to 1985. All of his Columbia releases.
Two questions.
Go ahead.
Have you heard of all of it?
Okay.
I've listened to Bitches Brew and On the Corner so far.
Yes.
Yes. Then the next question comes. When you got the Columbia catalog, will you get the prestige ones, and will you get the Warner ones?
No, it's no. This is all the Columbia recordings. Anything on Prestige or Warner's, you have to get separate.
Yeah,
but this set,
Pontus is asking if how much of a completist are you? Are you going to complete?
Will you get the Prestige ones?
Yeah.
Well, would I get it? Sorry, I'm sorry, Pontus. I didn't hear you. My apology. Apologies. I probably will at some point.
It's very good. It's very good.
If I can locate them. But this set, exclusive to this set, is Miles Davis live at the Isle of Wight Festival.
Mm-hmm.
The complete, it's a complete performance, and it's only available on this set. So when I saw it was $300, I'm like, okay, I'm doing it. Like, I
would love.
Would I do it again? No.
I just want to know who has the Gene Simmons box set.
The vault.
The vault.
Not me. Not me.
I thought Armando would have had that, definitely.
Do I look like I can afford $25,000?
I don't know. I don't judge.
For somebody that boasted on his bloody reality show that he pulls in $35 million a year, and I don't need to feed his bank account. Forget that.
I just think it's funny. You think that vault thing would have been released in something a lot less elaborate, It would have made its whole run, and then you thought maybe it would get like a reissue, just like a regular. I don't know.
No, it doesn't interest me.
I've heard of people who have it.
I don't know anybody ever bought it. Oh, Star has the vault. Star. So Star, what's your thoughts on the vault? I should have known you would have had it. You've got everything. Just type what your thoughts are. I'm just curious.
I wouldn't pay that much. I'm sorry.
No, God.
The most expensive box set I've bought was the early years Pink Floyd box. That was 4,000 Swedish crowns.
That's a beautiful set, though. I will give you that.
Yeah. I don't regret it, but it was very, it carved a hole in my pocket.
I have the later years Floyd set. I paid like $500 for it.
I bought the Destroyer box set. That was $200.
What do you think of the Destroyer set?
I think it's beautiful. It's got all the goodies in it. The only downfall about it is that Paris show, which is an audience recording and not a board recording. I think that it should have been. There has to be something out there they could have thrown on there from 1976, other than an audience recording. That's all. That's my only complaint. But all the goodies in there, the book is nice. It's beautifully done. I would recommend it for that. mean, if you're a kid, you know, like to open this Kiss albums up that would have all the goodies, the love gun,
the little pop love gun,
the
right?
pop love gun, the
Right.
you know, the ordering the blank to order stuff or Kiss Army stuff. You know, it just reminds you of that because it has all that kind of stuff in it.
Yeah.
Brian's got Destroyer set. Yep. But it's fun. It's good.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't pay for it, but I mean,
well, I'm just saying, I think $200 for it's a bit steep. Maybe 150, I'd say. 125. Oh God, Todd! Look at
What is
you.
my most expensive?
Oh, the Rush.
Yeah.
I gotta say the concert for Rush at the Maple Leaf Gardens, beautiful. I think it's amazing.
I will get
it's you know, it's a full show and it's
spectacular.
Spectacular sounding, and it's a really good concert. Yeah.
Todd, what was the first one you popped up there? What was that one?
That was Rush.
Good Lord.
That was the only one I showed.
Yeah, I know, but what set?
Oh, it's the Moving Pictures 40th.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
And that's got LP. Look how thick it is.
I know.
It's got LPs and CDs and toys and books.
Yeah.
And then I bought this to go with it because this didn't come with mine.
Was that the Super Deluxe edition?
But I bought these from Ryan Murphy, the lyric sheets that Neil did. So there's one for each song.
Okay,
that's cool.
They're really nice. So they go
nice.
nicely in the set.
Cool.
How much?
300.
Okay.
Now was
that's the Super Deluxe?
Edition?
Yeah.
300. Okay, yeah. I was
290 something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the only one I have. The other Rush, I'm missing most of them, but like for Permanent Waves, I just have the CDs.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
I've got that. And the Hemispheres.
Yeah, and I'm gonna buy the rest of those in CD form.
Kings.
Yeah.
I bought the triple disc one of Moving Pictures. I listened to the album for the first time in a long time. I thought it was really good. They really remastered it really well.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah,
I mean, this box is nice and it's a lot of fun, but really all you need is what you've got.
Right.
I will get the triple.
I mean, hell, I bought that Queen the Studio collection, that the vinyl release. So 15 albums where each album was a different color. The vinyl was a different color corresponding to the album, and it's like $500, right? But, I mean,
holy crap!
But people were trying to cheat they sell them for like $1,200. And they were saying on Amazon, it was like, this is a counterfeit seller. This is not for real. So you have to be really careful as to what you bought, right? I bought mine for like $500. You know, I remember showing it to Bob, and he's like, "Well, I guess you can buy it." I'm like, "That wasn't a question." I'm telling you, this is what I'm going to buy.
Yeah.
You know. Said, oh, I guess no, it wasn't a question. It's done. It's a done deal. So you know.
So another question: is there a complete Anne Murray box set
somewhere?
Anne Murray, wow,
in the world somewhere. I always threatened Bob. I told him I'm going to buy him the box set for his birthday. He said, I'll burn it. He says he's not a fan. He's not a fan of Anne Murray. So.
I don't think Anne Murray's ever been mentioned on my channel.
I'm sorry. She won't be mentioned by me again. But
not that I have anything an issue with Anne Murray. But.
Right.
Oh, he does. He does not like her at all. So.
Stars laughing. Oh, here we go. Gentle Giant box was 30 CDs, like 800 bones.
Yeah.
You got anybody have the Gentle Giant box set?
Nope.
Rand has that.
Yeah. Of course Rand does. No, does he really have that?
He has one, yeah. He has one of them. I think they have more than one box set. I think he has one. He showed us on the Curse of the Collectors episode once. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was freaked out. I was screaming at the screen, "You lucky bastard." Don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I like him. I like him a lot.
Rand's hardcore Gentle Giant. I'll give you that.
Yeah, really hardcore.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, did we run out of things to say? Get quiet.
I've shown everything.
I guess anytime you bring up Gentle Giant, things just get quiet. Oh, God, he's bringing up the Doctor.
This is better than Queen Hot Space.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Queen Hot Space is better than that.
No.
Yeah.
Marginally.
No.
But I want to know why you have two of those.
Yeah.
I've had one forever, and then I was at the Goodwill a couple months ago, and it was 59 cents.
Did you feel sorry for one?
Well,
is that what happened?
I mean,
did the other one need a friend?
Somebody needs a copy of it to fill their hole in their collection, right?
I haven't heard it since it came out.
It's
Which
better
CD
than
is
Hot
that
Space,
again?
man. I'm telling you.
It's better than what?
It's better than Hot Space.
No,
Definitely.
it's not.
Yes.
I would say it's better than Hot Space.
What's
Anything
the
is
name
better
of
than
the
Hot
CD
Space.
again?
Anything.
Take Me to the Top, I think, is like, for me, is like really the only good song on that album.
I don't know. I like It's Up to You. It's not too bad.
It may be the good. Is that the one that has the Good Girls Go to Heaven?
Yeah, that's on there.
Yeah.
Are You Lonely? I think Are You Lonely Tonight's pretty catchy.
Yeah.
God, that's a horrible record.
No, it's not that bad.
I bought that when it was released when I was in college up in Cleveland.
That's the record that I remember when I saw him at the Popcorn Festival in Marion. That's the one when I sold Rick Nielsen my guitar. I think it came out like 2 weeks after they played that gig. They didn't play anything from it. They didn't even mention it when we were hanging out backstage. They never mentioned anything about it coming out.
I think they do.
What a horrible record.
Okay, so what would be your favorite Cheap Trick?
My favorite Cheap Trick album is Heaven Tonight.
So I got this at Goodwill too for 59 cents, which was
a
great record.
I say Grant has that one. I know.
I had it.
Because what's 2 discs? God.
Yeah, it's live. It's good.
Yeah, you lent it to me for a while. I listened to it.
Yeah, you might still have it. Hell, I don't know where.
No, I gave it back to you.
I don't know where it went. You might still have it. I might have to come over and check that out.
They do Take Me to the Top, which is on the Doctor. So they can do one song off of it.
Oh, I've never heard him play anything off the Doctor.
Yeah, Take Me to the Top's on here. So that was a good find, I thought, the Goodwill.
I don't know how your Goodwill has things like that. And I go to my Goodwill and it's all Anne Murray.
Here we go.
Makes sense.
Barry Manilow, Anne
It
Murray.
all comes back to Anne Murray.
I got this at the same
rock set.
This was at the same Goodwill, and it's Leonard Skinner, Edge of Forever. It's autographed by the entire band.
No, really?
Which was like, wow. Half of them are dead now, but
right.
I picked up. Oh, I gotta find that. You gotta. Wait if I can find it real quick. Speaking of someone who's dead. Well, I'll just tell you, I found an autographed copy of the deluxe version of Rick James' Street Songs, and Rick James had autographed it. I got it for like $15.
Wow.
Yeah, he's an artist that didn't
I think it said Coke's a hell of a drug on it or something, and then he signed his name.
Right.
He's an artist for me that didn't go beyond Street Songs musically. I don't know. I don't really.
Street Songs is a good record.
Yeah. But beyond that, it was like, I'm Rick James, bitch, that kind of a thing. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm not into that.
Not your cup of coffee.
No, he imploded pretty quickly.
I was watching a documentary on Prince, and I'm a big Prince fan, and they toured together, right? And Rick James was saying how Prince stole all of his moves and did all. there's no to me. There's no comparison between Prince and Rick James. It's like it's night is to day.
Not even on the same planet.
Nope.
No.
Nothing. Not even close.
Yeah, but doesn't Rick James predate Prince?
A little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Does
I mean,
he?
he had some stuff. Yeah.
Both debut albums came out in '78.
Oh,
Didn't Rick
Okay.
James and Neil Young play together way back in the
The
60s?
Minor Birds.
In a
Did
group
they?
called the Minor
That's
Birds.
right. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
There's
Neil
a
Young
picture
and
that-
Rick James.
Yeah, they were in the same band.
Yeah, it's
But
weird.
but
I
if
blew
you
my
look-
mind when I read that.
Really?
But if you look at if you look at the music catalog in terms of musically progressing, to me, Rick James peaked at Street Songs. He really didn't do anything that was different or special beyond Street Songs. And Prince
I would
just
say the
went
same.
along.
Yeah.
Party all the
Yeah.
time with Eddie Murphy.
agree
Come
with you.
on.
Come on, that's a progression.
What?
God,
Yeah.
I remember when that came out. I went, "Oh God!"
Yeah.
And Mary Jane Girls. What's the Mary Jane Girls song that was a hit?
The fact that I know this
I
scared
like
the
that
shit out
song,
of me
though.
in my house.
That's a great song. In My House.
But the fact that I
And
know
she-
that scares the shit out of me. Like,
Star
seriously.
Prince doing "While My Guitar Gently Weeps" gives me chills.
Mm.
What a great
Yeah, that
rendition.
rendition
that was
when he did it at the
amazing.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
the Hall of Fame performance was
Oh,
Phenomenal.
he tore it up. He tore it up. I mean, he did the
Yes.
solo.
Yes.
He did the solo, walked up, dropped the guitar off the stage, just strolled off. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's class. Like, you
Yeah.
know what?
He was so cool.
He's such
He
a great
just
guitar
started
player.
off stage, right?
He
And he's
is.
like, he didn't even break a sweat, right? I'm like, oh, okay, go on. Like,
I think
Yeah,
Prince is like a guitar god. I mean, I don't know if anybody
is.
looks at him that way, but he is.
He really is.
But he played that
So
solo
underrated
so
guitarist.
effortlessly,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it just flowed
Didn't break
out
a
of him.
sweat.
Like, didn't break a sweat. He wasn't
Right.
thinking about it.
Right.
He
And
just
you could see like Jeff Lynne and Tom Petty and whoever, and just watching him do the solo, and you could see they're getting a little, not frustrated, I guess, but just a little. Okay, he's gonna do this, and he's
Upstaged.
and he's going.
well, what are you
off,
going
and-
to do? It's Prince.
right? And they're like,
Holy
"Oh, that's good, that's
shit.
good." They're smiling, right? They're strumming the guitars and they're smiling, but you could see that they're probably thinking like, "This SOB isn't going to stop." Like, he's upstaging us, right?
I mean,
I'm
it's hard to
sorry,
compete
he
with
did.
that.
He did.
He
He
was
was
very
amazing.
much a
like,
homage.
How do you compete with Prince? You can't.
you can't.
No.
Someone said to me that Prince and Michael Jackson were musical equals. And I'm like, oh please, I'm sorry. Like I said, no,
No.
there's no comparison.
I think Prince was light years ahead of Michael Jackson.
Prince.
I hope I'm right on that opinion.
Yeah. Because I mean, Prince, drummer, bassist, guitarist, keyboardist.
Yep.
He could do it all. The only thing he couldn't play was horns.
Arranger.
Arranger, producer.
Right.
He couldn't play horns, but he had someone else to do that. So
Mm.
he did everything. And
How did you find the Live 85 box set?
The new thing that came out,
Yeah,
I haven't heard it.
I
I've
won't
listened
buy
to
it.
And good.
Yeah, it was good. I'm not the world's biggest Prince fan, so to me it was a quite good introduction to that period.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I won't. I've watched it before. I have it on VHS, and they're not playing live. The drums.
That was the.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, Pandas.
No, I just thought that was the times. You didn't play that much live in '84. It's just the drums, right? Because he's the rest is.
I mean, when you see Bobby Z doing it, dancing back and forth, like swinging back and forth, when he's supposed to be playing the drums for "Let's Go Crazy," and all he's doing is hitting the cymbals every once in a while. it's not live for me. I'm sorry. I can't get into that, right? And just I mean, he's good live, don't get me wrong. Like, I've seen him in concert.
Yeah, I've yet to hear it, so I really can't say anything about it.
It was a good show. I mean, it was a good presentation. I love the Purple Rain song. I mean, the version of that.
Yeah, 19 minutes of it. Oh my God. Yeah, this is good. That was good. That was good. But
he's doing his best Hendrix sort of interpretation.
Yeah. Well, have we reached the end, kids?
Yeah,
it's getting quiet. Does anybody have any? Yeah, we probably wrapped enough. Has anybody have anything coming up or anything you need to promote while you're here? Todd Evans, you got anything?
I just did a discussion about Rush Power Windows with on Peter Kerr's channel with Tim Derling, and that was a lot of fun. Should come out tomorrow or Sunday.
Power Windows, nice. Tyler, what's coming up with you?
So I have my channel. It's called LP Tremors, and so what's going on with my channel? I just did a collaboration with Ryan Gavalier at Ryan's Final Destination. We talked about King Diamond, and we talked about the album's 1987's Abigail versus Them. So that should be coming out very soon. I'm gonna get that uploaded probably by the weekend. Also, I'm gonna do another collaboration with Davey over at Davey Cineflix and Music Picks over Neil Young, Harvest versus Harvest Moon. That should be really good. And yeah, so LP Tremors, that's my channel. I pretty much just bullshit about music and horror movies. So definitely check me out if you are into vinyl records or horror movies, music in general, whatever. Just everything I love. There you go.
I'll put
Don't
the
really have
link.
too much else.
I'll put the link below if it's not already there. I can't remember.
Yeah, cool. Awesome.
Armando, what's happening with you? Anything coming up?
Well, I'm going to be doing. We're going to be doing another episode of. And by the way, if you hear dogs barking in the background, I got 2 pups.
Nice.
So if you start barking and I like jolt, it's because. We've got a show coming up, I believe, with The Curse of the Collector on SOT. We usually tape the first Sunday of every month, so that's coming up sometime soon. We have to talk about a date. On Ryan's channel, we're going to be doing Prince top 5 songs from the 2000s, 2010s. Sometime in September, October, I think we're going to do a series on Queen, discussing the albums. So stay tuned, guys. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, wait till we get to Hot Space.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh boy.
Are you doing that, Grant?
Oh, I wouldn't miss it.
Yeah,
I
think I'm doing that too.
Yeah, that's going to be fun, guys.
Oh, I wouldn't dare miss this.
And with Davey on Davey's channel, we're going to be doing at some point. We're going to be doing a discussion of the new Cats in Space album that's coming out. Kickstart the Sun, which is a double disc, and we're going to be doing an interview. Davey asked me to do an interview with him.
Yeah,
so
I'm scheduled for an interview with Davey as well.
Yeah, same here.
In the next couple of weeks.
So I'm after you guys. So I mean,
I think I'm in September.
I already did mine. It was fun.
Okay, so then I'm before you then.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see.
It's weird to be interviewed by somebody.
I bet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but that's it.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Pontus, is anything coming up? I know there's has to be something on the Contrarians you're going to be on.
Yeah, the Contrarians. Very recently we did best of our favorite Beatles songs plus one solo song. I think it's up now.
Yeah, I think it is up. Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah, I opted out on that one. No way I could do that.
I think it's great. So I just hang out here and at the Contrarians.
There you go.
And at Jamie's group, Facebook.
Let's get
physical.
Yeah.
Let's get physical, which is just fun.
Get physical. Yeah,
I love that.
Me too.
It's a great group. Yeah.
All right, there you go. And I'm going to make Tom Fox start doing some stuff with me, so he just doesn't know what he's going to do yet.
I just appreciated hanging out with you guys. It was fun.
See?
Yeah. It was a
I
good
told
time.
you you would like it.
Hey, Tom, it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. Well. Yeah. Yes.
And then, we've got Byron up there, BM Bolt.
Byron, I'm sorry I kept calling you BM Bolt last night. I couldn't remember your name. There's no excuse for that.
Well, I can't.
I'll remember it from now on.
It's hard for me to not call him BM Bolt.
I've signed an exclusive agreement to only appear on Grant's channel. So,
see, I got an exclusive.
So I was when I did that show the other night about obscure albums, I was hoping Todd would be on there to see if he knew of this album or not. So Todd,
go ahead. You can bring it up.
I've seen it before, but I don't know much about it.
Well, they're from Georgia, so I didn't know if you would know anything about it.
No, I don't know much about it at all.
Okay, well, thought you.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that. I'm doing the next one, so
that's right.
Yeah, the next one is whenever the next one is.
Yeah,
next month.
It's. I wrote it down. I need to send you. I didn't send them.
August 24th was what you had planned.
August 24th. Yeah. I don't know if Todd's on that email though.
I don't think he was.
Do you want me to write that down on a sticky note like a cake?
Write it down now and then I'll update you.
Did you say the 24th?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is it, Byron? 7:00?
7 Eastern, I think.
No, it's 7:30 because John the Music Nut can't do it.
I might be able to get on early, like I said, because I'm going to that Richie concert.
Oh, that's right. But if I don't know the date, I know Byron knows the date. Thank God he knows what's going on.
I've never seen Richie concert.
It was really fun. It was really fun with those obscure stuff.
It's fun. I thought we were only going to do 4 and I was going to kill it. But everybody says, well, I've got a stack like this to talk about. And I went, well, I'm fine to keep going. I don't care. I got plenty I can talk about. And Tom, I'm sure you've got something obscure in your collection. Come on.
Oh, I've got a ton of obscure stuff.
See?
Yeah.
I'm going to get Tom on the channel more often.
Nice.
You should hear when Tom and I go at music. Tom's one of my go-to music people. In fact, whenever I do see Tom, we're just like constant. That's all we talk about.
The wives have to go off and do
the wives leave, and Tom and I are just like this. Like
Well, what is that? I have a deep nostalgia for the old and an insatiable appetite for the new. So,
he's one of the few people that I know. See, I'm like stuck in the past to some degree. He likes everything, and he just soaks in anything that's new pretty much, right? Would you say that?
I mean, yeah, I'm always listening to new stuff that's coming out now. I'm not into really what you'd call popular top 40 stuff, but there's amazing things being made right now that's independent label stuff, and just
look, Quint's here. I thought Quint was killed off, but Quint is here. Thought he got eaten by the shark. Hey, Quint, nice to see you. But yeah, Tom likes all kinds of stuff. He's much more open than I am to things.
Well, what I tell you last week, I think you kind of cast your net a little more narrow, much deeper, and my net is wide and shallow. So.
Wide and shallow.
Right.
I'm deep and narrow. Yeah. That's me.
Right.
Yeah,
you're very deep.
Funny. Well, some stuff. We did that episode last night on. We were talking The Cure, and I was just, holy jeez! I haven't aired it yet, but it's like, Grant, calm the hell down.
Yeah,
like Cheap Trick. It's like I get all worked up. Calm down, Grant. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. I just get all worked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we recorded that Cure one with Reed Little. I got to edit that tomorrow morning and get that up. That was a great conversation. Anytime you get Reed on a conversation,
Yeah,
it's good because reads deep. You know.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. Yeah, we did the first 4 Cure albums and picked our favorite 2 tracks from each of the first 4. So the next one we're gonna do the top, Head on the Door, and Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, and then we're just gonna do 3 in a group, and then it'll add up at the end.
Right.
Hopefully. So that'll be coming up. But like I said, I already did all my promos up front, so I don't have to do them at the end.
Yeah.
I like doing it that way. Well, anyway, I guess we're done. I appreciate everybody coming on and shooting the shit. Quint, I feel bad you came on so late. And Star, I'll be listening to Burning Witches after this. Well, that doesn't sound like a good Christian record. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight.
Yeah.
It was fun shooting the shit.
You're welcome.
We'll do it again in a couple weeks. Yeah, Tyler,
nice to see you guys.
coming on. You never know who's coming on, so it was fun.
Yeah,
nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you as well.
All right, gentlemen. We'll see you. Good night.
All right. Take care, guys.
Good night.